Yeah, I do my thing on it. She hit my line 100 times, I let it ring on it. These niggas must be out their mind, cause I'm the king on it. You know my thing, that's what I bring on it. Cause I'm the king on it. Okay, respect a nigga when I check a nigga. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. I'm too far gone, I probably left a nigga. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. I just want them dollars, nigga, you can keep the change. Unsatisfied until we on a private plane. I be with them soldiers ready to die over a name. Once that oil hit my head, I never been a...
Shalom, it's that time again. I.S.U.P.K 56 annual Passover. It's time to get you a garment. UPK traditional garments going for $175. Just contact me on Messenger. I can get you one ASAP. That being said, shalom.
And I think about what they you work with each other. And Captain YAHUSHUA is an amazing leader. And if you brothers and sisters ever wanted to understand why so many people outside of the UPK, outside of Commanding General YAHANNA's authority, cannot do what is done down here, it's because they have poor leaders. Most of them wouldn't even understand what a leader is. YAHUSHUA does. He knows it because Captain Kahan taught him, and Captain Kahan is an amazing leader. An amazing leader. Why? Because a real leader cares for the people he serves. So many people believe that a leader is someone you serve. It's someone that you care for. It's someone that you feed and clothe and help. But an actual leader is someone that serves you. Captain YAHUSHUA serves you. Captain Kahan serves you. Everyone understand?
And listen, they produced a man who said, I ain't good enough to be a prophet. I just want to come in and help the prophet. That is the shit. You understand? And that's under YAHUSHUA. You understand? The beautiful.
Damn right, brother. Commanding General YAHANNA is so impressed and so proud of you. So proud of Captain. I was talking to Captain YAHUSHUA about that band that came out here today. And he told me that he knew those people in that band for years. Like when they were children. And to this day, they're still here with him. And so many of you knew him when he was in the world. And those people are here today and came out here today. Why? Because the people that know YAHUSHUA know that he loves them. They know he cares about them. And that's a man you should follow. That's a man you should follow. Everyone understands that. It's an amazing thing. And on behalf of Commanding General YAHANNA, he is absolutely impressed. And I have absolutely made my reports to him concerning the acts of bravery and kindness that I have witnessed down here. Does everyone understand? I want to thank Captain YAHUSHUA, Captain Kahan. Thank the brothers out in Dallas, Captain Yashimar. The brothers over there all over the state of Texas, all down south. This is the down south we got, right? So we got Nashville. Who's the camp leader over Nashville? Officer in the SHALAM. All of the camp leaders all throughout the South, down there in Florida, all of the camp leaders in the South, you've done an amazing thing. I think about the men that taught Commanding General YAHANNA. That sent men out of Harlem, New York, sent them down to Baltimore, to Philadelphia, sent them out to California. And I think about what they must see right now today. Most of them dead already. And Commanding General YAHANNA took what happened in a little room in Harlem, New York, 1 West 125th Street. He took that thing and he spread it all over the country, and he spread it into your homes, into the minds of your children. He spread it into your marriages. He spread it into your brotherhood and your relationships. and it has grown, and it is glorious in my sight. I pray you understand. With that, men of Israel, I march him Shabbat. I march him Barak.
YAHUSHUA, YAHUSHUA,
Who's the power?
YAHUSHUA, YAHUSHUA, the power.
Who's the power?
YAHUSHUA, YAHUSHUA, the power.
Who do we fear?
The Father we fear. The Father we fear. YAHUSHUA.
Who is your king?
YAHUSHUA.
Who is your king?
YAHUSHUA.
What's your name?
Israel. Israel. Israel.
And you're gonna tell me that this place is fair? Right. And we should love them? Come on, man. Read that. It's the book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 31. Let's see what blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians need to do when it comes to fixing ourselves. Read that. And the second is like, namely this. And you're gonna tell me that this place is fair? Right. And we should love them? Come on, man. Read that. It's the book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 31. Let's see what blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians need to do when it comes to fixing ourselves. Read that. And the second is like, namely this.
You're going to end up destroyed. The whole earth is going to utter chaos. And where does this leave blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians? Without leadership.
That's right.
Yeah, if you look into your leader, you look into these Christian pastors and try to teach you and lead you, you know what I'm saying, in the most dangerous time ever known to mankind, then you know you're going to end up behind the 8 ball. You're going to end up destroyed. You're going to end up in danger. You know what I'm saying? You got to get with the I.S.U.P.K. You know what I'm saying? You got to get up under the man whom Christ is working through.
That's right.
Christ working through Commander General YAHANNA, man. And it's time that we take note. We as a people, we got to take note of what real leadership looks like.
Feeble and nothing worth. Guess what, blacks and Hispanics? You don't know who to vote for. You've never known who to vote for. Everybody say they love Christ and Christ is my king. Well, guess what? Christ died because of your vote.
That's right.
You voted your king, the man with the greatest policy to ever walk the earth. That his policy was the kingdom of heaven. His policy was brotherhood and sisterhood and rulership and never being under another nation.
The Bible lesson for everything. I got a news article here I wanted to read. This is from HuffPost. It says, Diddy's mom calls sex abuse allegations against son a public lynching. You know, as a parent, most parents anyway, your desire is to have your kids brought up in a way that they can live a good life. You know, you want to protect them from harm, from hurt, and from embarrassment. Unfortunately for this sister, you know, her son has allegedly done things that are going to, definitely damage his character and potentially cause her great embarrassment, right? This is what you want to do as a parent. This is Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. You have to instill things into your children, things that you learn in the Bible, that you're taught in the Bible, instill those in your children. And when they're old, they won't depart. No amount of money will make them depart from what they learn. That's your Bible lesson for today. Shalom.
Like, I love head.
All right, let me stop you there. I don't give head. You're not tickle me Elmo, so I won't be tickling anything.
Okay. Hey, Shalom Israel, what's going on? SICARII. Tonight, I swear, we're closing out the Feast of Tabernacles. No, I Feme Fet Tabernacle. Okay. 2279 3rd Avenue is the address. 2279 3e Avenue. C'est adresse là dans Harlem, New York. In Harlem, New York. Pull up. If you're in a different city, si you know l'autre cité, just inbox me, message me, and I will send you the location for the city nearest your zone. All right. 2279 3e Avenue in Harlem, New York. 2279 3rd Avenue, Harlem, New York. Listen, man. As we get closer to this third world's war, it's going to be clear which side that you're on. Who is your God? Who's your God? The man that gave you Halloween, or the God of the Bible that gave you the high holy days that you can actually go in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, and read? Pendant que nous avons approché troisième guerre mondiale là, il y a vraiment clair dans qui camp que vous y est. Dans qui camp que vous y est. Qui est-ce qui bon Dieu? Est-ce que c'est blanc maintenant qui bat ou fête des morts, fête Halloween? Ou bien est-ce que c'est Seigneur dans la Bible qui bat ou jour sacré, jour à part que nous qu'à aller dans Lévitique chapitre 23 pour nous lire? Qui est-ce qui bon Dieu? Who is your God? It's going to be clear who your God is. Shalom.
And it's the Christian church fault, bro. You know what I'm saying? And just how the young man talked about angels are watching you and they're reporting back to the Most High. There's an order up there. The angels are following the orders of the Most High. They reporting back to the Most High. And it's the Christian church fault, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't, all these years, they don't let you know. They don't let you know that children could be born blind because of what you doing. You know what I mean? Fires happen in unalive families because of what you are doing. Yeah, they don't give you the wrath of the Most High as much as they give you the love of the Most High, so you can stay in a balance. You know what I mean? A fisheye tunnel. You know what I mean? A balanced perspective of life.
Camp on November 16th, that Saturday, out there. All right, Shalom Israel. The I.S.U.P.K will be in Puerto Rico, out in November 13th to November 17th. We will be having camp on November 16th, that Saturday, out there, and we're in the tribe of Ephraim's land, baby. So support the I.S.U.P.K. Go to ISUPK.com. Tune in. If you're out in Puerto Rico, come down to the camp. Go to ISUPK.com. Get the Puerto Rico camp leader number. Call the number. Get down with the truth. I.S.U.P.K will be in Puerto Rico having camp, teaching the truth, breaking ground, doing different things. You understand? And it's the Lord's work. Shalom.
What you say?
Talk about the wall.
All right, this sister, she came into school with the brother, with her husband.
Yeah, right.
My brother out with y'all.
Right, that's right.
I seen how she rejoiced when that brother got his name. She was happy. Even the post, I seen her back on the page like, man. And then she brought her family here to see all that, man. That made me happy. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High spared y'all from being out there in that world. Now, all the things that you did in your former past, just like us, we did things. You know what I'm saying? But now you are a new creature. And now your name is not Heather anymore. Your name from now on will be Kabaya. Kabaya. Kabara. Kabara. And that means join to her husband in peace. Join to her husband in peace. And you continue to love your husband no matter what this world try to do to separate y'all family, because y'all got a beautiful family. The babies and the sons and daughters you got, y'all coming up in this truth. The Most High see you, sister. The Most High see that brother just like that. He knows the struggles that y'all been through. And y'all are here now. You finally made it in here, sister. And this is your name. You got this. So when we send this prayers up and we point to you say your name 3 times. Anybody else got something to say?
If I could,
Come on, man.
I mean, you can see the excitement on both of their faces when they came. You understand? And you know, when you see her, she lit up. You understand? She was waiting in the car. She was like, I don't know if I'm really ready. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Most High in Christ, you know what I'm saying, for these brothers, this brother and sister, man, they have a beautiful family. You understand? When they come in the room, man, all of them, man, they light up the room. You understand? So it's been a blessing, you understand, to have them join us here in the I.S.U.P.K, OKC. You understand? It's been a blessing. And we love every single last one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And listen, and don't think for 1 minute it's gonna get easy after this. It's gonna get hard. But you know what? You built for this. You understand? You and your husband is built for this. You understand? Because you got the other week, you got a new family now. You got a new family that got your back. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Don't ever think that you can't reach out, call, whatever the hell it is going on. Reach out to your brothers and sisters, man. You understand? The ones that want you to do good in life. Right? It's a lot, y'all.
And hey, I can see your family are a beautiful family. And a strong brother, and now you got to get ready for the fight.
That's right.
You got to get ready for the fight. Now Satan's going to come at you. Then you got to be ready for the battle. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like Christian church. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like the river's going to roll and the Lord's going to shine a beam of sunshine down on you and bless your marriage. You know what I'm saying? Now Satan says, oh, I got to fight now. Now they want to come fight you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you have a strong family, and you have a strong family within us.
That's right.
I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. And he's worth something.
This is Black Watch with Commanding General YAHANNA, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he made man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
We don't need a black man in the White House. We need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Black Watch. Let the show begin.
Is the website. We getting it in. Oh, man. I got some special guests up in the building today. Midweek coming with the heavy weight straight out of Delaware. The captain himself, Captain Tazaiwan in the building.
The water's hurt.
We'll get the camera right. And he got some of his patriotic warriors in the house with him, holding us down in here. Officer, highest ranker.
ISRAELITES.
Come on, ISRAELITES.
Yeah.
Mataza YAHLA also in the building with us. And of course, my main man up in here, Marah. Let me tell you something, Marah. Y'all don't understand what makes this show run smooth. Let me explain something here. You see, whenever Marah is standing up and he's looking down and he got his hands like this, I know it's gonna be a good show. Once he do this, when he doing this, I know it's gonna be a good show. He start doing this, he looking down. All I got to do is see him standing up, looking down. We in the building. Big shout out to Officer Marah, man, holding us down, man, in this brotherhood. Hey, I want everybody to know that the link The link is in the chat. Let me turn my joint down. Salakia. The link is in the chat room. If you want to come on live with us, we talking about the election. Donald Trump got the White House. What does it mean? Where black people at? What went wrong? Who's up? Who's down? Who's on crack? Let's get it right. All right. So, first of all, yeah, there it is. That's the link. If you want to jump in, chime in with us while we doing this one up live, you can come on and get up in here, man. We can talk about more of this. But basically, Kamala Harris lost the election. Donald Trump stomped on her like you stomp on a roach. He won the popular vote. He won the electoral vote. He won more black voters, male and female, than the last 3 Republicans. Killed them on it. He won over 50% of the female voters, despite the campaign by Kamala Harris. He beat the brakes off her. Now, listen, it doesn't really matter to the Hebrew Israelites who wins the White House.
Right.
We know it's always bad for us because it's been bad for us here for 400 years. We are not surprised. But there's some major lessons to learn from this campaign, not so much about the candidates. They're going to try to make it the candidates. They're going to try to make it about black men not voting. Here's what we really should have learned. What we really should have learned was we should have learned something about ourselves. And what we should have learned about ourselves is how wicked our Christian church is. That's what we need to learn. The lesson to come out of this is how wicked is this church, as I want.
Yes, sir.
This church is wicked as hell, Marah. You understand? And they're the ones that got behind her in this whole program, totally evilly against the Lord. First of all, let me ask you a question. Here's what, and we mentioned this before we came on the air. We started talking about this. And that is, since when did the LGBTQ community be the biggest problem that we had in the black community? Oh, for what up? Since when did they become the biggest problem for us in the black community? Explain. I'd like to understand that. Right. This woman portrayed herself as a black woman and then ran on a campaign. You got it? And then ran on a campaign that black people's biggest concern should have been abortion and the LGBTQ community.
Right.
2 abominable things that are against the Lord.
Yes, sir.
How did that become our focus? How did that become our issue? And I hope a Kamala Harris supporter will call in tonight, will jump on the chat and get in the chat. Anybody else want to jump in? You're welcome to click on the link. As soon as Marah get a second, he'll bring you in. And you can chime in on this, brothers in the room. We got 2 mics up in here. Go ahead, Marah. Oh, man. Big shout out to Captain Mashiach. My Mashiach in the building. What's going on, Cap? You understand?
Captain Mashiach, man.
Mashiach, what part of the earth you in? You on our side or you over there in Europe? Or where you at? Caribbean. This man travels the world with the word of the Most High. Can you hear him? Can we hear him? Oh, okay. You can let him in?
Yeah, I think my mic was muted.
I'm asking the question, did the LGBTQ be our biggest issue? Like I was telling them, green peppers are $2.75 each for a green pepper, more for a red pepper. Red pepper is $3.10 for an average red pepper across this country. Now, are we sitting at home, barely able to buy groceries, barely able to pay our bills with our paychecks, but are we sitting around the dinner table saying, we got problems, but transgenders not being able to get surgery has to be the biggest problem we got in the black community. Give me a break. Am I missing something here?
Nah.
It's evil as hell. Y'all chime in anytime you get ready. It's evil as hell. Go ahead. You was gonna say something? Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Get down. Of course, if it's okay, General Captain Mashiach, you know what I'm saying? Like you absolutely right, because I just went to the supermarket myself and got a green pepper.
Yeah,
and them joints is expensive.
Yes,
and you know, and now, like you said, all of a sudden, this whole thing comes up where it's the biggest issue in Black America, where we have to worry about giving a sex change to somebody that's in the prison.
Right.
I've never thought that, that on my way to the grocery store.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I never thought that on the way home from work, about how was we going to figure out how we could have an abortion. It just never was the thing that I, thought about at the forefront of my mind. And it just shows you, the propaganda that's been put out on our people, and we're not even aware of it because, and if I may, sir, like you say, like almost 90% of Black women voted for Kamala Harris.
Yes.
On that very issue, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because of the the transgender issues and the abortion issues.
Yeah. I mean, it's insane that became our campaign. And I was bringing out earlier, y'all can jump in on this at any time. I was bringing out how these are really Wall Street constructs. How the hell did Wall Street business somehow align with the Black civil rights struggle? How the hell did that happen? Right. How the hell did Wall Street struggle become our struggle?
Right.
Wall Street is the one that wants these transgender operations. So because they make money off of them. $300,000 a pop when you get finished with the medicine and everything. How is that our priority?
Right.
And the same with the abortion clinic. Most Black people are against abortion. And they did a statistic. When Obama was in office in 2008, they ran the statistics. And they said out of every ethnic group in America, the most anti-homosexual group in America are Black people. That was 2008. They worked hard to destroy that. To destroy that and to turn it around and instead put it back on us. Now they're using us to be the face of transgender operations, when that's something Wall Street wants.
Yes, sir.
You know how much money they make from Planned Parenthood? And they got it so sweet now because Obama passed the law that because of Obamacare, your abortion is now covered under your health care plan. So the $450 pop that you would normally have to pay, now you don't got to think about it. You just go in there and have your baby killed. And then they came out and showed how they take your little baby and rip the parts out and dissect it like you dissect a damn frog in lab class. And take body parts and sell those body parts on the open market.
Yeah.
Insane. Like insane. And you expected God to be on your side? Please cue me up when you get a chance. Cue me up that tape of Jamal Bryant, this nasty, disgusting, vile piece of garbage. Like this cat here is a vile piece of garbage. And it also shows you a preacher will sell himself for dog meat. He does not care. He would sell himself for dog meat. And these are the reasons why she had the campaign she had, and it's the reason it failed. I'm proud of Black men. I got to give it to Black men this time.
That's right. That's right.
I had to give it to them. Y'all chime in anytime you ready. I had to give it to them because Black men at least and Latino men at least, they broke from their woman this one time.
Right.
This was just, they had to break from her. Now, again, Donald Trump is a white supremacist. He's going to deport thousands, if not tens of thousands of our brothers and sisters. And he's not going to care how they do it. He's going to call out those ICE agents. He's going to resurrect that whole thing again, and he's going to run them out of town. And he got the Senate and the Congress with him this time. He might end up building the damn wall because now he can do whatever he wants. And on top of that, he has the Supreme Court that stated that everything he did under the presidency cannot be prosecuted for.
Yes, sir.
So now he got to throw all them charges out. He gets to walk on all of them charges. And he said he's getting revenge on everybody. But my point is, he's still going to be a monster to us and do evil to us. But man, it's one thing to have the white man do evil to us. It's another thing to cross the Most High. That's a different evil. It's
Right.
one thing to have this enemy on our back for our sins, but it's another thing for us to cross the Most High by murdering our babies. We are putting our babies. Give me the scripture where the Lord said not to put your children through the fire of Molech. I think it's in the law too.
Come on, Constantine.
Give me that scripture, man. Again, y'all jump in anytime you want.
Yes, sir.
Everybody want to jump in. Y'all don't be scared. Don't be scared. Y'all jump in and make a comment or a statement, especially if you out there believed in Kamala Harris and you felt that Kamala Harris should have won the election. If you are from Howard University, if your heart is broken tonight, we want to hear from you tonight. We want to talk to you. We dare you to call and to get involved in this conversation that we having in here. Read that for me, and y'all can go on, jump in anytime you get ready, all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's ride.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 21.
Go ahead.
And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire of Molech.
Your seed is not supposed to pass through the fire of Molech. In ancient times, man, they worshiped the god Molech. They looked at him as a great and amazing god. It was one of the heathens' gods that everybody got gassed up to follow, just like you gassed up today to follow Christianity, which is today's version of Christianity is really a carbon copy of the Catholic Church, which is why they also proliferate the LGBTQ community. It was resurrected in the black community through the church. So now you all involved in it, you all caught up in it, you understand? And you bringing it out and presenting it to black America and thinking that black America is supposed to accept that nonsense. Read it again.
Come. Leviticus 18:21. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed
go ahead,
pass through the fire to Molech.
Right, to Molech, meaning we were making a sacrifice on an altar of our babies to Satan. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what you're doing in the abortion clinic. And the nerve of them, mashiach is I want the nerve of them.
Yeah.
To act like it was all right.
We got Trinidad in the building as well, sir.
Who?
Trinidad.
What's going on, warrior?
Trinidad.
Good to see you. So y'all are holding us down from Trinidad. Let's go.
Come. Neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God.
Right. Neither should you profane the name of the Lord. You went and actually ran a presidential campaign. You've been in slavery 400 years. You go and get an East Indian who pretends to be black.
Right.
Right.
To run for to take the top seat in your slave master's house. You're going to get the slave master out the big chair. And you're going to move in the big chair. And you get an East Indian to do it. And your claim to the throne is that you need to be there to send our babies through the fire to Molech and kill them. Now, just let that settle on you for a second. Right. Like, this is demonic what took place. It was demonic, and you dumb, stupid. Y'all want to jump in? I'm sorry. I blaze 2 hours. I will not. You won't get an edgewise if you don't say nothing, Shot. You already know. You will not get an edgewise on this topic at all if you don't jump on in, because this monster this was so evil. Is there more on that scripture? Go ahead, Sawap Yala. Go ahead,
Yeah, and just on topic now, because again, brothers and sisters in the Caribbean was watching on this as well now. And it is always have a ripple effect. Wherever taking place in America, this happened throughout the Caribbean. And it is a question that I always like to ask, and what effect it will have with what take place with this election on the Caribbean, because them East Indian and them was looking at Kamala as part of their trade or their way through to get through to America, and seeing that that she ship sink, which as we say should have happened in 1845 when these East Indians them came here. That boat should have sink. Now they now seeing this now and knowing that they was going against this as we say Donald Trump now where they always praise as we say white people as well. So now it showed that their balance where it go stand right now. So like yes, that is what I want to ask.
Yeah, like now they in a jam up now because they, you know, their hopes was that she was gonna get in office and with her Caribbean roots, she was gonna open the door for every East Indian to get a green card to the U.S. You know what I mean? And some blacks that thought that was drinking the Kool-Aid also.
Drinking the Kool-Aid.
Some Benjamites, some West Indians who was drinking the Kool-Aid, and the East Indians was ready to sing Kumbaya, we on our way to America. Trump said, hold up.
Right.
I'm shutting down the damn border. Like that was evil as hell. And to do it on the backs, like, listen, I don't know if everybody understand how evil it was. She was getting ready to take the highest office in America, and her sacrifice for the seat was our babies for generations to come.
Right.
And our sons. Because she was going to definitely get her groove on to have our sons locked up. Turned into females.
Yes, sir.
Because you got to come out of the prison to get that surgery done. You're going to be out for 6 months, 8 months. You might be in a facility, but you ain't going to be in the prison while they chopping body parts off of you.
Yes, sir.
Wicked as hell.
If I may, sir.
Please.
If I may, sir. So, like, was it because, like I was watching, like, how she was getting booed at her. She was getting booed at her rallies. A lot of, like, I think it was like 4 rallies where she got booed at, and because she kept, like, that was her first statement about reproductive rights. That was her first statement. So, was it like a thing where she was getting a lot of pushback as far as like the people that voted for Trump was the ones that was giving her the pushback on, you know, her agenda of killing the babies?
And let me tell you something. It's so sad. You know what I mean? You are too much more a noble man, because she wasn't getting no pushback for killing our babies. The only pushback she getting is from us. We the only ones pushing back against the abortion clinic. Here's what she was getting pushback for at them 4 rallies. She was getting pushback for the death of the Palestinians. Now that was something people came out for. She didn't go to Howard University the first time because they had posters all over calling her a murderer. All around Howard, not on the campus, but all outside the campus. You ever been to DC, you know Howard University, McDonald's, 7-Eleven, that whole area up there. They had posters all up and down that area saying, huge ones, 7 feet high and stuff, saying she's a murderer. And her and Joe Biden are murderers and genocide. Stop the genocide and all that. So she didn't go. So she bailed and instead did other events. And sadly to say, that was something people fought for. And if they had any goddamn sense, she would have went up in there and said, I'm going to deliver the Palestinian lives. I'm going to end the war. It's going to be over. We're going to still support Israel, but I'm going to end the war. She would have won probably way more votes than she got right now. She lost by, harebrained measures, but all over the place. She lost like by 200,000 votes in everywhere damn near that she lost, which is why it made up so much. But it wasn't that big of margins, which she could have changed the margins if her campaign wasn't about something so disgustingly evil. So the campaign, as far as killing the babies, wasn't even an issue. The issue was the Palestinians. They was trying to save their lives, but nobody cared about the 500,000, the 350,000 of our babies that get killed every year. That wasn't on the table. Okay, was that on that verse?
I want to just a little more. Say it was, I am the Lord.
Right, I am the Lord. Let's give me Marah. Can you give me the Jamal Bryant tape? We got anybody willing to step up, jump up in here and chime in? I think I see SICARII.
Shalom, Yeshua, sir.
Shalom, Yabba. What's going on, mighty man?
Not much, sir. Just came in rocking with y'all, sir.
Yeah, Most High in Christ. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, General.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I could, like she's such an imposter to our people.
Right.
Where before there's so much speeches of her, boasting about how she rules with a big stick, and with the wave of her pen, she could destroy your life if she feel like it. And then she could just dismiss the charges when she want. But when it's time to, and then there's another thing where she passed the law for the truancy in California and was arrested parents.
She was arresting black people like crazy over that truancy.
Oh, exactly, and destroying their lives. And she was boasting how she would tell the police when they go to them with an evil face, show an evil face, be a hard face against them. But last night, she couldn't show up with any face.
No, she couldn't.
She didn't have no evil face. She didn't have no pen. Like, everything went out the window. Her pride, the Lord got that out of that whole Democratic Party. And it was good and glorious to see.
Yes, it did.
That's right. Yeah, right.
Once again, this is not an endorsement or a congratulation of Donald Trump. Donald Trump's a white supremacist. We all heard what Donald Trump said. What Donald Trump had that comedian up there that said about the tribe of Ephraim. That was evil as hell to come up and try to come up against our tribe and call our tribe an island of garbage. You understand? When they the most wicked ass bastards on the face of the earth, and they judgment gonna be 10 times worse. But brother, you understand? It's still our wickedness in that Democratic Party surpasses all of that nonsense. Give me the tape, Marah, of Jamal Bryant, if you could, because this bastard here, this cat here, this is the reason why the number one problem in the black community, and I pray that black men are beginning to wake up and learn so they can come up and make a change with this. The biggest problem in the black community is not the drug dealers, not the gangbangers, not even the white police officers that's killing us all the time. The biggest problem that we have in the black community is the Christian church.
That's right.
You understand? That's the biggest problem. You know what I'm saying? Tons of those millions of dollars that went to Kamala Harris came from them churches, came from those sodomites who want to see the homosexual world increase among the black community. Right. That's where that money came from. And the Lord cursed it. The Lord spit on it as it was right to do. You know what I'm saying? Which is evil as hell. And I'm gonna be on it. But let's get some more. We're gonna clown them tonight.
That's right.
You Christians in the church, oh my God, you got clown tonight. Now let's go check them out. Now this ain't the one where he is praying over her or do we have the one where he talks about
Ruth?
Yeah. Do you have that one, Marah?
Where he talked about Ruth.
I can go find that one. I thought I just have this for right now. If you want to play a little bit of it.
Yeah, let's play a little bit of it. If you could
get on your feet and welcome an American hero, the voice of the future. Would you scream for Vice President Kamala Harris?
That's fag talk. That's logic. Go ahead. Was that it on the clip? Go ahead. So you pull up the other one if you could in the meantime.
This is our moment. Your unborn great-grandchildren are going to ask you, what were you doing?
Pause. She's running on a platform of abortion. He just finished saying, your grandchildren going to ask you about this moment. Right. No, they're not. They're going to be dead.
Right.
They're coming out in a suction cup. What are you talking about?
Yes, sir.
That's a wicked ass bastard.
Right.
Full of witchcraft. Go ahead, Op. And called her an American hero. So killing our babies makes you an American hero?
Right. Come on.
Genociding our children make you an American hero? It's disgusting, man. Go ahead.
If I may say they remember the clip that we watched on Monday. They said that Kamala Harris is church. You know, and this shows, you know, how vile and disgusting the Christian church is. And it reminds me of that scripture where it says, the vile person shall be no more called liberal.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And nor the child to be bountiful. Like, this is exactly what that scripture is talking about, because they sit there and they look at Kamala Harris as she's somebody that's liberal and she's merciful to black people, and she's going to, you know, have a plan that's going to move us forward in the right direction, when she is clearly, you know, the devil the Bible speaks of.
I think that might be it there, right? No, I could be wrong.
Can I read that scripture?
Please pull it, brother.
Isaiah 32.
Nice and loud. You got a mic in front of you?
Come. Book of Isaiah, chapter 32, verse 5. The vile person shall be no more called liberal.
Right. These are vile people out, but portray themselves as though they're about liberty, freedom, and you know, and all that. But meanwhile, our babies don't get considered. That's why it's so important for black men to seize this moment. If black men seize the moment and get these homosexuals like D.L. Hughley and the rest of them out of our business, we could begin to start making some real decisions. And now that we know presidential candidates need our vote, well, guess what? It's time for them to start dancing to a different tune and considering what we do. Not the Hebrews vote, but they'll begin to understand what it takes to win us on that side. The minute we start standing up to it. Go ahead.
Nor the churl said to be bountiful. Verse 6.
Go ahead.
For the vile person will speak villainy.
Right. They're going to speak villainy and speak it as though it's a righteous thing. Go ahead. You can break it down. I'll go ahead.
Right. And you absolutely right. Because you go up to that churl.
Verse 5. The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl.
Yeah, the churl is like an evil-spirited person. You know what I mean? Like a person who is vile. You know what I mean? A person who is
always devising something wicked, right?
Yes, sir. And it says they won't be what? Called what?
No more called churl, nor the churl said to be bountiful.
Right, which is like merciless. Like somebody who, you know, we think like a person is merciful because they're a Democrat or a liberal. You know what I mean? But we're going to see in the Lord, like, if I may, sir, Salaki, if I may, like, you know, like with the prophet Isaiah is bringing out here is the prophecy that's going to happen. And we're seeing it right now. The vile person is no more going to be called liberal. And this is and I think the Lord, thanks to the Lord, you know, YAHUAH, you know what I'm saying, that this is actually, you know, happening, and we're able to see it right now. Go ahead. Oh, Salaki, sir.
We read verse 7.
Are you good right there?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're good right there. Go ahead, Op. Go ahead, Op. Let's see this footage right quick. And then we're going to go on and bring up, big shout out to Captain Mao Quad and the Round Table of Truth. They went into that whole thing with the old Black Summit. We're going to bring out some of that as well. And let me tell you something else, too, right before he plays that tape. We brought this out. We talked about this before we went on the air. The thing that delivered Donald Trump the black vote that got him in this White House was COVID-19. That's what delivered the black vote. COVID-19. What am I talking about? When COVID-19 hit, it splashed the witchcraft off of black people in these churches, especially black men. Black people started leaving these churches in droves.
That's right.
And when they left these churches and the witchcraft came off of them, they began to realize that it was all bull crap in these churches. And so when we came around now, they saw the wave that the church was going, and they saw the hypocrisy of the church. And they saw how disrespectful black leaders and entertainers were to black men. They treated black men like they were 5-year-olds, like they were stupid little boys that couldn't make a good decision, that they was too emotional, like they got no issues on the table. They just emotional. They just, you know, they following machismo. Like, not that they got real issues and they got real concerns. And I can guarantee you ain't never going to see a survey of black men that asks the question, how do you feel about women killing their babies in the abortion clinic? Do you think it's right or wrong? A lot of men out of fear will say, well, a woman got a right to her own body. A lot of you drink the Kool-Aid. But most men will be like, look, a woman ain't got no right to kill a baby. They did a little walkthrough on the street, and the brothers on the street was like, well, we've been abusing that privilege. We've been abusing that. And yes, 350,000 babies is abusing it. Why aren't they tracking the number of abortions? Ain't nobody even tracking the damn number.
Right.
We got to get the statistics from outside. Planned Parenthood should have to say, how many babies did you kill this year?
That's right.
And it's not even said. And so if it came out, forget about it. Black people would move further away from it. So black men, the COVID-19 made black people in general step up. And black men definitely stepped up now. Now they're breaking away from that immoral brainwashing BS. And furthermore, black men don't need another evil black bitch. Not that she's black. Excuse my friends to the sisters in there. But black men don't want another evil black bitch over the top of them, man.
Right.
And a lot of you black women been monsters. You've been monsters because these homosexuals like this. Why you've been such a damn monster in the earth? Like you're like a mad woman running through the streets of America, man. You understand? And tons of people see it, and they sick and tired of it. And they can't do nothing from it because if you're a homosexual, if you're a black woman, you are protected in society.
That's right.
You understand? A black woman could actually assault a black man on the street and not be arrested. But you smack a bitch down on one of these streets, there's a 9 out of 10 chance you go into jail. You may end up in the graveyard when them devils come over and decide to exact their vengeance on you. Black men been beat down into a third-class citizen status. Right. And they sick of your big mouth, your big stinking garbage can mouth that you church women teach black women to be this way. Black women ain't this way normally. You taught this from young. Going to these churches, man, and taught to be a loudmouth bitch because your grandmama's a loudmouth junkyard dog. So lock it.
That's all right, crazy.
My bad. I call it like I see it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we've been. I'm ready when you are, Mara. Let's play it. Salaki, y'all chime in again. You know, Wednesday, I gets greedy on Wednesday. I'm telling you now. Get a little greedy on Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Salaki. Okay. Come on with it, y'all.
Salaki, sir. If I may, we got Captain Kahan.
Big
we also got
Captain Kahan up in the
Khan. We also got Captain Nayathop as
big
well.
Big shout out to Captain Nayathop.
Okay.
Up in the building. What's going on, y'all? All right, I know what this means. I got to play one more tape and then I'm backing off. Let me play this one tape, fam, and then all y'all, please chime in.
Yes, sir.
And we get it in, man. We're going to run for a little bit, all right?
Yes, sir.
We got a lot of clips because we got to get to the Black Summit with D.L. Hughley and the rest of sodomy, of Black Sodomy. You understand? The Black Sodomy Network. We need to definitely play them. Let's go, Murad, whenever you're ready. Salaki, brother. Salaki on that.
No, you cooking, sir.
Yeah,
you
man,
cooking.
like this
you
thing,
cooking tonight.
Because I know what I know, because a small change in our direction is going to be huge for us. Like that small change that black men did by separating from that Christian mindset of killing our babies and promoting homosexuality, it is going to go light years for us. It's going to breathe the breath of life in brothers. And brothers are going to now want to say, well, what else is possible? Right. What else can we do as black men? And brother, it's going to begin to tumble. After a while, we're going to say as black men, we can change our sons from being criminals. As black men, we don't have to kill our babies. As black men, we can change the legislator so they don't mishandle us in child support court.
That's right.
For as black men, we can change how child support is administered and for what reason. Separation. Your woman should not be allowed to be a dirty, stinking, rotten hoe and leave and sleep with another man and then decide she want to get rid of you, put you out your own house, then take you to child support court. She take 3/4 of your check and get to live with 3/4 of your check with her new man in your house and treat your babies like garbage. and neglect them. Treat your daughters to be loudmouth bitches. Treat your sons to be homosexuals. And you got to sit on the sideline and hope that she doesn't just decide that weekend that's yours, she's going to come along and just block that and say, I had plans. I had plans for the kids.
Right.
You understand? And then now you trying to follow the law, got to go to court, put in a petition, all of this for the weekend you lost 8 weeks ago.
Right.
For the judge to say, all right, you get the kids for 2 weekends in a row. Let me tell you something, when we get you out in the wilderness, you black women, no bomba clot, yeah? You're going to get out in that wilderness and you're going to get your goddamn head chopped off by the hand of the Lord. I ain't supposed to say that, but y'all know I'm, this is all for theater. Like, you going to play around and find out the wrong way.
That's right.
That black men are human beings, and we've been shit shoveled for the last 50 years. They done beat us. The minute they passed the civil rights bill, they said, guess what? We're going to give you welfare. Throw that man out the house. The minute they passed that civil rights bill, they got you the hell up out the house. Damn that, Damn that. That's what I'm saying. Any coming together that blacks and Latinos and Native Indian men do, any coming together changes everything for us, even in the smallest ways.
That's right.
I'm getting up off it, man.
Yeah, Most High in Christ.
Most High.
Damn right.
Damn right. All right, give me that tape, and I'm getting up out the way. Anybody want to chime in on the outside? Mariah, let you in. If you are a Democratic voter, if you're a black man or black woman that voted Democrat, we want to talk to you live on the air. Please click the link down below and let you up in the game. I'm going to bring all the brothers in right now. Let me let Mariah play this one tape, and I'm falling back, all right? Go ahead, y'all.
Is how I laugh.
What you about to watch, this is witchcraft.
Lord, in the name of Jesus, I pray a hedge fence of protection around your daughter. No hurt, harm, or danger. I pray that you'll assign 100,000 angels to cover her head. Thank you, dear Lord, that you have given her this moment to defy the odds in front of the entire world. Now, God, not for her name, but we promise we're going to give you all of the victory. Not by might, not by power, but only by your spirit. And those of you who believe that Kamala Harris was born for this moment, give God glory for her even in this.
Yes! That's the person that made the tape.
I'm waiting for the prayer warriors to open up your mouth.
Let me tell you something.
She's moving from this place.
Again, all respect sisters in the room, but the black woman shouldn't be in charge of shit. Like, this is clearly, he's speaking in a complete homosexual voice.
That's right.
Sitting over these black women, and we looking at it like, they acting like this is normal.
Right.
This is insanity. This is insanity that you have a woman who's a Margaret Sanger supporter set up to do abortions, ready to promote abortions across America, being honored by a homosexual. Insane. Like if this ain't you, what church God, what? You ain't seen God. You don't know nothing about God. You ain't even in God's world when you around these people and in this nonsense that they doing. This is complete witchcraft and demonology. And it's got to end. And thank God he didn't, like he said, God heard him and shut the bullshit down.
That's right.
Democrat. You know what I'm saying? He asked the Lord to send 100,000 angels peck a baby murderer. That's what he asked God to do just there. Send 100,000 angels around her to protect her, and then treated God like he was a cheap hoe. And said, and if you do send 100,000 angels to protect this baby murderer, we're going to make sure you get all the glory. Get all the glory. We're gonna make you beautiful, God. We're gonna talk you up. Like that's what a dumb bitch want to hear. Not
Right.
the law. All right, I'm off of it. Y'all got it.
So like, if I get
come on, Ash.
Yeah, so just two things. Look, I'm gonna say something about that preach, if I may. That shows you. Okay, I'm trying not to curse, but that shows you that
only curse on this show, bro.
Like it?
I say you can curse on this show. I do it all the time.
Okay. That shows you that motherfucker don't believe in God.
Go ahead. Let me tell you something. It makes no sense to censor yourself, in my opinion, because they're gonna cut you off anyway. You might not censor yourself and they cut you off. You might as well let this shit ride. You know what I mean? They got shootings and killings and sex, and I done seen so much stuff on this social media. And meanwhile, they ready to shut us off a drop of a dime. Right. Fuck them niggas. Go ahead.
You can see that motherfucker right there, right? Right there, this motherfucker right there is like, he's saying, if you send X amount of angels, we're gonna do this for you. Like, God don't need you, you asswipe. Straight up and down. We need him. Like, this motherfucker don't realize what he's asking for. Like you said, John, the Lord is gonna give exactly what he's asking for. And it's gonna hurt bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you've seen all the Boricuas that went out after two, not just Tony Hinchcliffe, but another dude said some shit about Boricuas. He called us. He said, "Fuck you," directly, to Puerto Ricans. He said, "If you don't vote for Trump, you're a communist. So fuck you and fuck your island," is what he said.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker said, "Your island, I've been there. You can't run that bullshit on me. I've been there, and it's full of garbage and the crime and this and that." Right? So, so if we vote against Trump, then we're communists. So what a lot of Boricuas did and a lot of Latinos, they still went out and sided with Trump. Well, you know what? They're gonna get exactly what they asked for with Trump. On the other hand, when we seen Kamala go to Chicago, and I think you brought it up several shows ago, sir, she had a mobile death. She had a
mobile mortuary.
Come, sir.
Abortion van. Go ahead.
Come. For free vasectomies. I ain't never heard Planned Parenthood do that in history, but now that's a free service. Yeah. Not only do they cut the baby out from the womb, they cut you from the gate. You know what I'm saying? And
what black and Latino man is trying to get a vasectomy? Like they put up sorry to cut you off, but they pull up a mobile van for vasectomies as though black men is trying to have it. We having trouble getting our vasectomies. Can you help us out, Kamala? Right. Bring a van down to the convention so we can get our balls cut. Okay? Give me a break.
Come, sir. It just one other thing, right? So this cat saying, making a request to the Lord, whatever he wanted to call it, for 100,000 black angels to come protect a woman that's for surely she part of the agenda to destroy black people. You know what I'm saying? Right. Is that what you're praying for? For her to continue killing us? You know? So anyway, sir, I just also while we're talking, I'm on the site numberofabortions.com, and as we're doing the show at 10:12 Eastern Standard Time, 350,490 abortions right now.
Dang.
That's the number right now, sir.
It's for this year alone.
Yes, sir. So far.
Damn.
Okay.
And now this is over. You right, sis.
Slugger, how much was that?
What was that number up?
Yes, sir. 350,000. Let's round it off. 350,490.
350,490.
And 90, sir.
General Isaiah 42, what? 22, I think he said. Like, my God, that's a genocide. Like, that's a genocide bigger than Gaza. That's bigger than Gaza, Lebanon, all of it. Ukraine combined.
That's right. Yes, sir.
22.
And the ill part, sir.
Go ahead, Salaki.
Sir. And the ill part, there's nobody in the UN, nobody in power saying stop that, stop killing the black babies. Nobody at all except you, Commanding General Han.
no preacher, no preacher standing up, blazing against it, saying it's wrong. How dare black people be on top of it? None of that. None of that. Like, this is madness.
That's right.
With out here. You understand? And that's why we got to count on black men. We got to count on black men, Latino men, Latino brothers that know what it is. You Native Indian brothers, you come together, man. You come together, and we will stop this abortion nonsense, man. Like, we will. And one thing about black women, Latino women, Native Indian women, they follow their man. That's right. We just got to make this something that men don't like.
Right.
You understand? If it becomes something that men don't like, then we can get right with it. And listen, a man ain't afraid to pay a woman money when she got to take care of the kids, but the government extorts the man, wipes him out. She don't take a percentage of him. She buries him and does it with no kind of stipulations on it. No woman that leads you to be a hoe should be allowed to collect child support.
That's right.
Should a woman be allowed to take your children from you, go out and be a hoe, and then you got to pay her for being a hoe? Let that $2 hoe leave. Let that bitch pay child support and leave the babies with the father who's stuck in the marriage with you.
That's right.
And just in case they wondering, 85% of marriages end by women divorcing their husbands. You understand? That's how much hoeing is going on. You hoes get a little rod in you, and then after a while, you start thinking to yourself, I'm ready for a fresh rod. But now you done had kids and a family and set up a home, and this brother, in his sincerity, done paid your bills and built a home with your nasty, funky behind, not knowing your funky ass history that you was the nastiest hoe on the block before came along. Nobody told you to scoop. If you go out with a woman, you get around her people, and you hear somebody giggle like, he with her? Yep. Run like the Taliban is chasing you. Because it usually means that's a old stink ass hoe from yesteryear that somebody trying to dump on your ass. And I'm gonna just be straight with it. Like, these black women, it's black women who push this Kamala Harris agenda. None of these black bitches turned around, Latino, Native Indians, turned around and said, yo, we can't kill these babies. It was very few sisters that was on social media pushing hard, saying this ain't right. This is immoral. We shouldn't be about killing these babies. But the majority of you black women went hook, line, and sinker and ran down to them polls to support that nonsense, man. And black men was smart, Latino men, Native Indian men, they were smart enough to break from that witchcraft. And brother, we gonna break from a lot of witchcraft. We can add all kinds of things to ourselves, man. So lock your eyes. I don't mean to jump on you. Please go ahead, Lock. Let me let you finish. Let somebody else get in after you.
No, sir. I'm cool, sir. The water for adding that on, sir. The water.
Most High in Christ. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And that's why it was so great. Like I believe Captain Cahan put it out. He said, sometimes the Lord got to break your heart to open your eyes.
That's right.
And black women, and that post today, sir, that was the post of the day. And when I saw Captain Cahan,
everybody shared Captain Cahan's post.
I was like, that is absolutely right, and in the spirit of the Lord, because these women today are broken. These women today said brothers ain't getting who voted for Donald Trump ain't getting no box for 4 years.
Damn. You right, man. They tried to intimidate black and Latino men by saying people gonna know that you didn't vote, and they gonna know who you vote. And listen, and you black women, you so dumb.
Yeah, man.
I love you, but you black and Latino women, you dumb like this floor I'm walking on. You dumb as hell. You gonna take up that nonsense, and you gonna lose good men. You're gonna destroy good relationships because you so dumb. A lot of you that you're going to believe that nonsense, and you'll be asking brothers, so did you vote? Like it's now, you're gonna take it up like it's a real issue. Yeah, did you vote? You always got a standard you want to put on a black man. How much you make? How tall are you? What you driving? Do you got your own house? Now it'll be, and do you vote? No, bitch, I got no job. I don't fucking vote. and I don't want your funky ass. Okay, like that shit got to end in the black. And black men, single men, native, and we got to come together and take the lead on this, man. And
That's
like
right.
we got to seize these opportunities that come around that show us the avenues to our power. I'm off of it. I'm off of it. Come on, dog. I'm off of it. Black, and listen, and black, and if first of all, can I just make a copy? Can I just read Sister Commodore's post, because it's so sweet. And the reason why I want to read her post is because we are going to kick you black women in the ass for trying to get us to support a goddamn baby murderer as president of the United States to help further genocide us. We just letting you know now. So get warmed up, you dumbass, for getting behind that. So Sister Commodore said something that was real heavy. And once again, this is why the daughters of Zion in the Israelite school UPK are absolutely stellar. You understand? Big shout out to all the brothers that warred on the street that came up against these sisters, man. And big shout out for all the brothers that once they came in the truth, that taught them. Big shout out to General Muhammad, YAHUSHUA, Q, and Kathum Gabar, and definitely all these badass captains we got across this country for putting this down. Sister Commodore said this: Khan, stop abortion, Most High. Damn, she said it to the Lord, not even to us. I will adopt as many as you allow and raise them in the truth. Like that, these are sisters going to change the world right here. You see what I'm saying? Like, we don't understand that there's a place to put our emotions and feelings and our thoughts and our passions, and it aligns completely with the scriptures. And we align that up, it's going to be a force to be reckoned with, because it's going to be on the side of righteousness. You understand what I'm saying? So I yield. I'm gonna get up off it again, Salaki. Y'all keep triggering me. Y'all. Go ahead. Right, who's coming in after Osh?
Hey, General Salaki, if I could too.
Go ahead, Salaki.
If I could too, even with how you talk about the preacher, like it's damn near like our morality done hit an all-time low when biblically the heathen was more righteous than us when their women rose up. Because remember Vashti in the book of Esther, she took a whole coup, a feminine coup, and came up against the whole empire. And the heathen said, for this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women, so that they shall despise their husbands in their eyes. And when it shall be reported, the king of Ahasuerus commanded Vashti the queen to come before him, but she came not. It's the same proud spirit Kamala have. Like she lead a whole coup. And then when, Donald is the king now, she had to come and face her people. She ain't coming. And the heathen know we had to stop that shit. But Jamal Bryant, he's like, bless the queen, protect her with 1,000 angels. Like, we done sunk to a new low. Not us in here, but the people, they done sunk to a new low with this thing. And they despise us when we the last vanguard. They hate us when we correct sisters. They say we this, we that, we deadbeat, we broke, we make noise, we the toxic masculinity. They accuse of us of what they call it, misogyny. Meanwhile, they run a whole last-minute campaign on what we call misandry, which is the hate of black men.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Like, the UPK is the last vanguard. You go through all the hard days, take whatever they're giving, but you give it right back to them with no fear, because if we don't say nothing, them babies go into the grave quietly with no noise.
Right. Yeah.
That's so right. Give it up, y'all. That was it. Anybody else want to chime in?
John, just to add to what everybody's saying also too. Concept, it's almost like Job 9:24, where it said the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. You know what I mean? It's basically like, you know what I mean, this place is, you know what I mean, like a victim, like the child. The child is a victim, but to Black America, money means more than a victim.
Yeah.
You give a black preacher enough money, he will not cry for the victim.
Yep.
You understand? He will help this
murderer.
Can't say like he's a hired murderer. Of course, you understand?
Yeah.
And what that shows you too is this whole media, the Bible said the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. The media would have you think that Kamala was going to win. 3 years ago, she was the most dumbest person in the White House.
Yes.
3 years and 9 months ago, she was the dumbest person in the White House. For the last 4 months of the campaign, all of a sudden, she's the smartest person in the White House over Joe Biden.
Right.
This broad, and she did worse than Joe Biden. She did worse than Joe Biden in the poll. You understand? Which lets you know that the media, they're pushing our agenda. But the real thing that's going on outside of the media, it showed that night that majority of the people against abortion. They're not for abortion. They're not. But they will have you think that these group of people is the majority. And they're for abortion, so the whole country for abortion. When that's not the case.
When that's not the case. Ain't nobody fall for that BS.
Yeah, that ain't the case. You know what I mean? They try to get her in on abortion. And then she tried to get black men in on weed. Remember her whole agenda?
Yeah. She said she was gonna get black men crypto and weed.
Yeah.
It was so disrespectful.
Yeah.
Disrespectful.
Concert.
It was so disrespectful. And it was disrespectful to let that old rotten head Hamite Obama come up and disrespect us and act like we caught up in some emotional thing about being president. Rotten like hell to do that to us, man. You know what I'm saying?
Concert.
John, like we got.
And he referred to us as Pookie.
Say again?
In that same speech, he referred to us as Pookie. He said, because Pookie and them vote.
Yep.
That's what he said. He said, you're going to leave it up to Pookie and them to vote? That's what he said.
Damn.
Concert.
Damn.
Yes, sir, he did, sir.
Ooh, she deserved to lose that one.
That's right, sir.
Good.
Yeah.
Y'all still got Kahan up in here with y'all? I ain't heard from him yet.
I'm here, sir.
God, did you want to chime in or you want me to keep going?
Well, it's like I didn't mean to cut you off, sir.
No, go ahead.
From what I had fell asleep last night, and my rib came and told me about what happened or whatnot with the election, right? So I figured Donald Trump was gonna probably win anyway, because not only that, like she ran a horrible campaign, but I mean all the attacks that was going on with the polling stations. I mean, them devils were turned up, man. I mean, they tried to take out a power station out there in Nashville with a drone and all kind of stuff going on. But it's crazy just seeing on social media, seeing how black women, how politics have infiltrated our relationships as far as with our social life. Like, if you voted Democrat, if you voted for Kamala Harris, because this loss was so painful for a lot of people, they start playing the blame game. You know what I'm saying? And they really started blaming a lot of people who they had already hostility toward. The feminists, they blame the black men, of course. You had a lot of our brothers and sisters, they try to go with the Latin, our Latin brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? You got, you got everybody blaming everybody. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, Jonah, it's so heavy, the Lord letting this happen to wake us up, man. Like, you can't put your faith, you know what I'm saying, in this empire. You know, a lot of women, they had lives going on, and it was one sister, she worked for the federal government, and she told, it was a bunch of sisters that worked for the federal government on a live stream, and she told a couple of her friends, I'm working remote for the next 2 weeks, and tomorrow I'm gonna drink all day and all night. Like, she was just like, they is depressed, it's you know what I'm saying, like it broke them because they took their soul into this election, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's heavy. We bringing out the Christian church because that's another battle within itself. Like, this election, it put some more cracks in Christianity with that Christian church. You know what I'm saying? Because the black church is going against the white evangelical churches, and then even some in the black churches, the different denominations going at each other. So you gotta not only a battle of theology when it comes to Christianity, but now it's politicized. It's supposed to be separation of church and state.
Exactly.
That's a lie.
Right.
Exactly.
I yield.
Exactly. They totally align together. That the church raises the money and then pours it down to the politician. And the politician cuts their throat by pushing the agenda of Wall Street. Like they got a perfect mix, and that's why the poor can't buy a goddamn green pepper. That's why. That's why you can't buy a bag of apples without thinking twice. Do I have enough for it? Because you don't matter, and what you pay for don't matter. These is thieves supporting other thieves.
That's right.
That's what the hell is going on here. Which ones you could go ahead, Kahan? I want to let you finish. I'm gonna pull a scripture after that.
Khan. No, I just want to say, like I said, the water to you, Commander General YAHANNA, and this is a lesson. This is a lesson for all our brothers and sisters. The Bible says, "Hope deferred make the heart sick." And there's a lot of people that was sick today. I mean, everybody that voted, they was sick. They was saying I seen one brother. He said, "I'm about to be converted into a racist. I'm afraid I'm about to be converted." The pain was so much. He had to confess and say, "I might be a racist next week." I said, "Oh damn! It take you to lose an election to be converted into a racist."
Well, I guess he finally figured it out.
That was it, sir. I yield.
Most High Christ. Give me one scripture right quick. Give me the one on the preacher. On your list, you got it on the list. Which one you got?
I got Micah 3:11.
Read that for me.
It's the book of Micah, chapter 3, verse 11. The heads thereof judge for reward.
What verse is that?
Micah chapter 3, verse 11.
Go to 10. What does 10 say?
They build up Zion with blood.
They build Zion with blood. The black community is built on blood. You got drug money in your churches. You got money from the government for the whatever the alphabet soup crew. And listen, and Margaret Sanger said it. She said the preacher is the one we're going to use.
Yes, sir.
And let me tell you something. Everybody should take a moment and go watch one of the movies, the so-called black exploitation movies from the 70s that the Van Peoples brother, father and son was doing. You go watch all of those movies. One of the themes in all of those movies is how the preacher is so corrupt for money. Right. Even back in the 70s, 55 years ago. 55 years ago, they was already still putting out how they were so damn corrupt back then. Go ahead, read some more.
And Jerusalem with iniquity.
And built Jerusalem with wickedness. Like that's what we're built on. And that house of cards needs to fall. Go ahead,
Verse 11. The heads thereof judge for reward.
Right. The heads judge for reward. Every one of them preachers that got up there and spoke for her did it for $1. Every one of those religious leaders did it for $1. You understand? They did it for money and sold out the Lord's chosen people. You know, like I said, we on the bottom half. We're going to go into them clips of that Black Summit, brother. I got to show y'all the witchcraft in that. Go ahead, I'll finish up 11.
And the priests thereof teach for hire. And the prophets thereof divine for money.
Right. They preach for this is about money for them. This is about money. This have nothing to do with the service of the Lord. That's why they don't even really like even opening the Bible. They don't even like, and they certainly don't like opening the Bible to bring up any verse that has any morality or rules that we're to follow. They don't want to talk about no rules on what to eat, what not to eat, what we can and can't do when it comes to each other. Don't nobody want to talk about that.
Right.
When that's exactly what need to be taught. That's the elephant in the room. Our morals is the elephant in the room.
Right.
That nobody want to damn talk about.
That's
right. So we gonna talk about it, man. We're gonna happily talk about it. Go ahead, finish 11 for me.
Yet will they lean upon the Lord and say, is not the Lord among us?
Right. Then they lead among the Lord and say, is not the Lord among us? Right. In the name of Jesus, everybody should follow and go this way, like they did when they prayed over her and asked for 100,000 angels, acting like the Lord is with them.
Right.
When the Most High looks at them like an abominable thing. That old Jamal Bryant and the ones like him, and it's always some homosexuals. They finally got T.D. Jakes. Who they got him? That tape coming out on him?
Yep.
That's a rough one. They said he was in there with the diddler, and they was diddly doopy. Yes. When they pulled that one on him, I said, "Oh, man. Now we know they was in there diddly. They got him on tape with the choicest young boys. They was in there, brother, like young boys was young desserts to come eat. That's how they was up in there. And that OP did it, brother. If them tapes is real and all that's true, he is a absolute diabolical monster. Okay? And been that way since a kid. This ain't new to him. And so that's what they really push. And that's the reason we have a problem in the voting booth. And that's the reason our real agendas never get handled. Go ahead,
Khan. None evil can come upon us.
Right. They give us the idea that God is with them and no evil could come upon them. The COVID-19 came. Now people separating from this vote. They need to lose their power. They said that the black church brings in $5 billion a year. Y'all heard about it? Right. $5 billion a year. All that money goes to politicians. That $5 billion, that's going all to politicians and for them to fly around with their little boyfriends. None of it going to help nobody in the hood. $5 billion, you know, you can change black America with $5 billion a year. You can change black America with $5 billion a year. You understand? And if you spent the $5 billion on black people would volunteer. You get $10 billion worth of work because the $5 billion you'd have to spend, but they give you $5 billion more, especially if you gave them some honor and some dignity in doing it. But don't nobody have that on the agenda, which is why it don't never come up in no goddamn campaign. Which is why black men got to set the stage for themselves to do it the way they need to do it in the name of the Most High, man. Salaki, I yield. I mean to jump all over you.
Salaki, General.
Go ahead. Let me finish it.
Come on.
Go ahead, Nata. You got it, Salaki.
No. I was just going to add. Somebody said it in the commentary. They asked the question, where was her husband? Where was Kamala's husband? He might have stick out like a sore thumb in the church amongst them black people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like where was he? Like at least, you know, Barack Obama had what's the name?
Michelle
with him, wherever he went to them black churches, she was there.
Right.
You understand? Like she ain't bringing her family.
Yeah, because they want to make sure. I'm sorry, Nata. Go ahead and answer. I'll be so mad. I'll be ready to answer the job, saying rhetorically.
No, not General. You go ahead, please, sir, because you know what I mean. I might be hitting the surface. I don't want to hit the surface.
Not you, brother. You ain't hitting no surface. Go on, drop it. I'll come behind you.
Come on, sir. It's almost to the point where, you know what I mean, like that should be a red flag for black people. Like you know what I mean. You should be trying to show black people, if you're black, you're about family.
Yeah.
You're about family. You have your, you know what I mean, you have your adopted kids, you know what I mean, your Caucasian man. Well, bring him along. But no, that's a red flag. And they know how black people is. It's almost like, well, if you're black, then why do you have a black man? Like, I have a black man.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's almost like, you know what I mean? Like they're really trying to play that politics. You know what I mean? You see Donald Trump go to his rally, his wife or his kids right there with him.
Right
there, sitting down behind him.
They made sure they moved him out the way to make sure they was staging it right every time she got in the black people's face.
Right.
And if that dirty, stinking East Indian had an ounce of morality, she would get up there before black people in a black church and say, look, black woman, stick with your black man. Stick with the man that gave you them children. I never had a black man. I got a white man, but I stick with him and his white babies.
Yeah.
And she should get up there and say, all you black women that think you need to shy off from having your babies and go out there and you know, not be committed to no black man. Don't believe the lie. That's the lie that they teaching you so that you will not get together with your black man and have babies together. She should say, look at me. I'm vice president of the United States and I married a white man with his own 3 kids. I went and helped another man with his kids. If I could do it with a white man, certainly y'all could do it with a black man.
That's right.
Ain't no black man will take away your. Y'all get my point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, come on.
That's what she should have did.
Right.
She would have got the black vote then. Black men would have been running to try to support it. You understand? Like, but the problem is America don't want to put no bridle on black women. Black women got to be all knowing, all seeing, all understanding, all right about everything, and black men got to be little silly boys that just need to be straightened out and screamed at by their mommy. That's who they are. Like, that's the problem. And so she could never say that. But black men had the courage to break from her, and thank God they did, because now they may just get on the path to doing something for themselves.
That's
right. Changes the game.
Yes, sir.
Salak.
I just want to jump on it. Go ahead.
Salak, if I could, sir. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Captain. I thought I didn't know if you were done, sir.
No, I'm done.
No,
it's so heavy. You brought up the issue of family, of being a family and motherhood, because that's one of the talking points that Donald Trump and the Republican Party use. They said, here you have this woman here who don't have children of her own, telling you about abortion and telling you about this. But we promote family over here. We promote, the evangelicals hit it hard with white women, and black women were foolish to believe that you had a coalition or you were white adjacent in this political campaign. And lo and behold, the white woman chose white supremacy over gender. They chose white supremacy over body autonomy.
Yeah.
And now and the polls is coming out, and a lot of black women now, you upset. Once again, you want to put it on the black man, but what happened to that coalition that you had of all women and white women? Right. You know what I'm saying? They chose their man. They chose. That's why the Bible is so heavy. It said every beast loveth its like.
That's right.
You can't expect these people to side with you on political issues or stand with you in some kind of woman crusade. They're going to side with their husbands. You saying you strong and all this other stuff, but you're not as strong. You're not as strong as you think you are. You're not as strong. You need a man. You need your man with you, and you can do more than being separate and try to go on this woman crusade, this feminist garbage. So they found out the hard way that they gonna choose their man every time. So like,
was you gonna jump in?
No, I was just gonna say, if I may, sir.
Please.
You know, the brothers jumping in heavy. It's just like, you know, those women who, you know, black women thought was gonna go in there and vote for, you know, Kamala Harris, went right in there and voted for Trump.
Yes, they did.
They played like, you know, they played like, oh yeah, I'm liberal. You know what I mean? We hit the air, sister girl.
Yes.
And they went right in there and pushed the red button.
Right.
All the way down the line.
And it was a weak strategy to think you was going to convince women, white women, to vote for an East Indian and put her in the White House over a white man, and she's in the bed with a white man. Your dumb ass believes it because you're in the bed with the so-called Jew and his babies. So of course she believed it. But the problem is the black woman ain't been taught. Look, stick with your man. That's how you go further in life. You know, that man in the house with you. The white woman ain't. She knew the last minute. The white woman said car notes, mortgages, kids in school. Now, damn that, Trump.
That's right. That's right.
Damn that. You understand? She like what she got. Why would she cut her man's throat? You understand? Just cause Kamala Harris say so?
Right.
Damn that bullshit. Ain't nobody that stupid except you know who. Well, there's one demographic kind of slipping in their sensibility that need to learn and get a wake-up call. Stick with your brother, man. Stick with your brothers.
That's right.
Don't let some baby killer come tell you to abandon your brothers and set yourself up. You're gonna let some woman who's don't got no black kids at all, raising white kids. She ain't tell the white man you got to tell your ex-wife to kill these babies. This bitch went and took care of another white woman's baby and telling you to kill your baby.
That's right.
My God.
So lock it, General.
Go ahead, Doc.
No, General, you hitting, it's official like a nuclear missile. Look, it's so bad. Now that they hitting the replay button. No, General, you dropping it so heavy. They hitting the replay. So okay, like you said, with them going to the church. There's a reason that she didn't have her husband with her on the campaign as much.
Yes.
There's a reason that she didn't, because you're trying to put this pro-black orbit around her.
Yep.
But having the white husband and the white children, it would destroy that narrative.
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
It would destroy
yes,
it.
That's right. Concert.
So it's so heavy. And once again, that's what people got to understand with these politics, man. You know what I'm saying? Political science is still a science. And they are trying to use it on you, like General said, like witchcraft. They're using it. Once again, we know. And she didn't even bring her East Indian mother around, I don't believe. You didn't bring her East Indian side. They could have came in a traditional garb to the New Birth Baptist Church.
You ain't see a curry nowhere.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I saw the red hot, but I didn't see the red dot. I saw the red hot sauce. Yeah. I didn't see the red dot. You know what I'm saying? So here we are. And then now black women now are upset because you voted blue and you woke up seeing red. This is where it's going right now, Commander Joey Hunter. The water for you for bringing it out. Salah.
Most I y'all brought it up. Y'all brought it out. Oh, not Dissolve brought it up. It just hit when y'all brought it out. It was like, yes. Like it was shameful, man. All right, okay. Let's get to the tapes, shall we? All right. We're gonna get to these. Let's go to the black bullshit. Excuse my French. Let's go there. All right. Let me get some shout outs in there. Big shout out to Officer YAHUAH. Big shout out to Taza War, Bunyamya, holding us down. To Code Israel. Big shout out to you. U.P.K. Baker. What's going down? Big shout out to you. Tharapa, YAHAWAH. Big shout out to you. YAHUSHUA. Bashim sis. Okay, who else I got up in the bill? Shabaya Allah. Big shout out to you. Adolfo Last. Big shout out to you. Obed, you've been running up all inside our chat room. Big shout out to you. Shapat the Walk. Big shout out to you. Adolfo's Last. I think I got you. Malaquat. What's going on? Shapat the Walk I got. Shabayala. I think I got you as well. Obed, nothing new under the sun. What's going down? Shalom, the trooper Halakaman holding us down. Let me get up here a little further. Picard Bun Ruben going down up there. Where you at, Ruben? Picard, where you at? What camp you in, brother? Kaya Dewan, Salakia. Kaya Dewan is killing them out there, man, in Jamaica with them videos. He got some head.
That's right.
TikTok, yeah, man. Check him out. Boy, he got some heavy ones up there on TikTok. Just the Hebrew, big shout out to you, Just the Hebrew. Makwalat, I think I got you earlier. Big shout out to you. Sharat Zahalak. What's going on, Hebrew? Kamadat, YAHAWAH, wonderful spirit sister. Sharat Zah, big shout out to you. Shabai, Yaqua, Malak, Greg Neal, big fan. What's going on, man? Priest and Officer Hawaii, I think I got you earlier. Michaela Benton, big shout out to you, sis. YAHUSHUA, all the way out from Sacramento, holding it down. Jacob Israel up in the building, going up further. Just the Hebrew, I think I got you. YAHUAH, got you. Tazaliah up in the building with us. Big shout out to Sister Tazaliah, man, one of the founders, helping us build the Israelite school at UPK. Simbalak, holding us down up here in the building. That's General Muhammad's wife. Holding us down in the building. Did I miss anybody? Black Dazzle, what's going on? Crystal G, what's going on? Anybody else? Big shout out to General Hazayan, Haz Bun Bunyamyan, holding it down. Is that General Haz? Big shout out to General Haz up in the building, holding us down. Cap Mariana came through, holding it down. What's going on, Cap? Come on, join us up here, man.
What's going on, Cap?
We got to shit. You ain't staying? Come on, jump up here and jump up here on one of these seats up here. All right,
brother, another.
Come on, another Cap up in the building, man. And y'all can chime in too. My main man here always got us covered in the building, man, holding us down. All right, in the building. Everybody jumping in on this here. I.S.U.P.K, I think I got you right. Wrong, if I did, forgive me for it. I'm going up. I'm almost done. Chief Quam holding us down. Anybody I forgot all the way on the bottom? I'm going back to the bottom real quick. See if I catch anybody else that jumped in and chimed in up in the building with us. Mawa Quad, the Midwest monster of mayhem in the building. Hillbilly Mobley up in the house. Young man Kev up in the house. General Kathum Gabar, Anthony Miller holding us down up in here. Okay, y'all, we're going to run a little bit. We might run to about 11:30 because I just can't stop talking tonight.
In general, I could.
Gotta go in. I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Finish to take the mob. But we in here. We got Cap Maria up in the building with us that came and joined us with the other captains from all around. Everybody chiming in. Now we going to the Black Summit because we got to bust it down. So Officer Marah is going when you ready. We're gonna get into it. Pull me that other go down my list and give me the next scripture you got on that list. I'll drop that in the meantime, and we'll you got him hooked up to what? And we'll give it down. Once again, give a big shout out to Officer Marah, man, who definitely keeps up with it. We a hell of a job. You understand? Keeping us in the game. We thankful to the Lord for him doing what he doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Hebrew Dave, what's up? 2 thumbs up for you. Where are we going with it? What you got, what you holding? You ready? All right, let's ride. Check this out, fam. Y'all check this out.
This is the most consequential election in generations. This time for us, it may actually be true. When was the last time America asked black men what we wanted? And I know what it's like to not be asked what you want. I'm married to a black woman. But I promise you, it's not a trick question. Tonight, we're going to explore the issues that matter to us. Now, whether you support Kamala, ride with Trump, or plan to stay home, let's have a real conversation among us, black men, about what's really at stake in this election. This is the BET Black Men Summit. Let's get to it.
Black men, as you know, are a closely watched voting bloc.
I'm speaking to men directly.
On a major party ticket as a DEI hire.
I didn't know she was black. But polling shows that some black men are considering voting for Donald Trump.
Black men are like any other voting group. You gotta earn their vote.
Tonight, with the future of America on the ballot, BET is bringing together an extraordinary group of black men to elevate their voices for real talk about the issues they say are most important in this election. The state of the economy, economic opportunity, reproductive rights.
In the meantime, let me pull a scripture. You can pause that. Let me pull a scripture, y'all. We're going to find the clips because he had minute marker clips that was insane. They hit right on the point. Trust me, you're going to want to hear these. And you definitely going to want to chime in. The team going to want, everybody going to want to chime in on these.
I'm going to chime in now.
Go ahead.
Just the fact that he's talking is an issue.
Yeah.
Because when have we, like, if you look at the definition of like a comedian, like in ancient times, they would be a fool.
Yeah.
Like a fool, a court jester that would get up there with like the hat with the three with the 3 balls.
Yeah.
That's the person that we see right now that's telling us who we should vote for as a political candidate.
And they gave Beyonce, I heard $10 million. She went up there high and said, Kamala Harris, y'all. And that's what they saying on TikTok. They like, she went up there high. They dressed the other broad up like a dyke.
Kind of a girl.
You know what I mean? Just to make sure all the dykes felt comfortable in the room.
Yes, sir.
And brought her up there, man, and she looked high as a kite. And told her, introduce Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris came in there. They handed her a check for $10 million. They said the minute Beyonce walked off the stage, bitches start filing out the damn room. This was a shameful show of what happened, man. All right, let's get it in.
If I could,
go ahead,
sir. I was telling Captain Zion earlier today that me personally, the reason that I'm glad Kamala Harris lost is because all of the pandering with the celebrities.
Yes.
It was like, okay, you bring out Glorilla,
Beyonce,
Destiny's Child, Megan Thee Stallion, and you communicating to me that the only reason I'll vote for you is if Glorilla come out and dance.
Damn.
The only reason I'm gonna vote for you is if Beyonce tell me to as if she knows anything about politics or researched anything, anything about that will communicate to me. Oh, she knows who I should vote for.
Yeah.
So like you telling me you think I'm dumb.
Yeah.
You telling me that you think I'm dumb, and the only reason I will ever vote, be motivated to get at the house and vote and get to the polls is Glorilla.
Right.
It's some 23-year-old girl from Memphis. That's why I'm gonna come out and vote because she shook her behind. So now I'm so enamored
and must vote for you.
You rushing to pull. You going to pull the lever. Black Dazzle said the pandering was extremely insulting.
Right.
So, go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's perfect. What she just said is just you insult me. You insult me that you think that's why I'm a vote. Like have somebody that's smart come. I don't know. Cornel West, I don't somebody.
Right. Yeah, that was the thing. She had no weightier people on the campaign. No policy. There wasn't even. The only one was Obama. Obama and his wife. Other than that, I ain't see too many.
That's right.
Heavyweights come out there and say anything. So,
if I make everybody that came out was on the Diddy list.
Right.
The list was that's who came out.
That's what was wrong. Now I see why they stayed. They stayed away because they was worried about the Diddy list. I guess the pardon. She said no pardons. She must have told them, I give you a check, but no pardons. I ain't getting in that.
Incredible sir.
And Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
It's such a joke too, in a way, whereas you look at you know, I mean, on YouTube, you're looking at certain news. They're making fun of Donald Trump supporters because they're saying dumb stuff. You know what I mean? You put a mic in a Donald Trump supporter face that wearing that MAGA hat and ask him any questions, he is saying the most dumbest thing you could ever hear. You know what I mean? Online. What they ain't doing is putting a mic in these black women faces and asking them why you're voting for why would you put your vote for Kamala Harris? And let's see what they say. But as I say again, it's the media and the whole, what they're pushing, behind that media is just to keep black people destroyed in this place. You know what I mean? And lost as can be.
That's right.
I mean, it's the same thing with Barack Obama. I don't even remember. We was in DC. We was having camp in DC, and I believe it's you. One of the journalists asked, "What you voted? Why you voted for Barack Obama?" And all I could say, he black. They don't know none of his policies.
Yeah,
nothing. You know what I mean? Nothing. What I mean? They don't know anything.
He's at us with hope.
Yeah, and now Kamala come and all it could, got her wrong to say is what abortion.
Right.
Yeah.
You're a joke.
If I could, sir. And that's so heavy that
in here, if you could, thank you.
Salaki.
Go ahead.
No, I just like if I could, they didn't really have anybody qualified, and the Democrats, they're regretting right now by not letting Joe Biden. They regret the decision of not letting Joe Biden run because of this whole fallout. And once again, it didn't fracture that Democratic Party. I think we reached a watershed moment with identity politics now. On this game is up as far as them just pandering to black people and just having this this veil of blackness, it's done with now, because this right here, this is a heavy blow. I think that Republicans then took the Senate, and I think possibly as well as the House, and they control the Supreme Court. So this right here, I mean, I think they said the only time this happened is probably they named another country. I think they named Poland when it happened, I believe, when they really took that many seats. You know what I'm saying? One party. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what they say as far as balance of power. But this right here is showing, like, once again, that these people here, and she didn't really want to have, I don't think they didn't really want to have anybody that really knew what they were talking about, because it would eclipse her in the campaign. Because what did she say? She didn't even say anything about any policies, say anything. You know what I'm saying? But and then how you gonna come up against Donald Trump with people who are, I mean, it's religious with them. I mean, they willing to go all the way. You know what I'm saying? And like it's bound to happen.
Go ahead, Salakia.
No, that was this, sir. I just wanted to bring that point out. You know what I'm saying, with the whole thing with the Democratic Party, because this is a fallout that's happening right now with them behind closed doors. They're not really talking about it, but they playing the blame game in there too as well.
That's why I thought it was so right for black men to move like they moved, because it for the first time, these idiots got to actually act like we are human beings. We got to actually act. And now, and you should hear all the outtakes on Fox News. They all saying, well, the black, he doubled the amount that the average Republican gets in black votes. Double the amount of black male votes. Saying 15% is the usual. He got 28% of the black. That's a lot of the black vote for a out and out white supremacist. You understand? That's a big damn number. So now they realize, oh snap, if we want to win the black vote on the Democratic side, we're gonna have to really do something. And the Republicans are now saying we got a real shot here to gain and increase this black vote. No, thank you. To gain and increase this black vote, which means they could even do better if they really focused on it. You understand? But of course, we know down the line, it doesn't matter who gets in office, we get the short end of the stick. What's beautiful about this is not so much that Donald Trump got it, or who gives a damn. We're going to have white supremacists running these streets in a minute. You're going to hear about all the incidents. You're going to hear about all the altercations, all the incidents. They wanted to get loose with killing and slaughtering and brutalizing us because they animals and killers by nature. So that's coming, and that's bad. But what's worse, in my eyesight anyway, and I can't say for every situation, but in my eyesight, what's worse is the self-destruction we've allowed ourselves to have by putting our hope and trust in this no good Democratic Party that does egregious evil things to us. You understand? Like it's a pipeline of evil. You go from church to politics, or church to the entertainment world, and then you support wicked, evil a politician. And again, like I mentioned in the beginning of the show, are we as black people sitting around saying, a green pepper is $2.75? It's hard to get groceries out here, but we can't lose our right to kill these babies.
Right.
We can't lose that.
Right.
Like, come on, man. And for all of you stupid, dumb black women in church that allowed that nonsense to go on, well, welcome to your judgment, man. Welcome to your judgment, because everything that happens from here on out under the white supremacists is your dummy damn fault. Your fault. Okay? I'm gonna back up off. I'm gonna let Marah play the tapes if I could, y'all.
Dropping it, sir.
Bear with us for a second, so Marah got them good clips in there, and y'all got to hear some of this stuff. I'd be missed if we left up out of here without letting y'all hear some portions of this nonsense, man. Because it's going to give you a real good insight in how they don't respect our brain at all. They don't respect black men's brain. And here's the sad part. They know black men is the solution. The solution to the whole black community problem is having black men in the right mind to be this raise change. You understand? When is stupid Christians in the church gonna realize women never led a nation nowhere but to the toilet bowl? Ain't never ran no nation, never set up no nation, never built an empire. They never did none of that. But meanwhile, you trying to marginalize men and make them insignificant, and it's the reason you will never fix anything without putting them back in charge. But that day is coming. I yield. Go ahead, Marah. Drop that tape for us.
Specifically, people who said she locked up thousands of black men. And to tell you the truth and full disclosure, I fell for that one. And I had a meeting with the vice president. She asked me to do something simple, which is to actually look at her record. And I looked, and she was in fact not what I imagined or professed. And I think that I felt like a lot of young black men felt. And you see these systems and these agencies just running roughshod over black men. And you can't believe that anybody who represented that agency would be any different. That's not to make an excuse. Obviously, I should have done my research. And by the way, research isn't doing things to edify your perspective. Research is about challenging what you believe.
Exactly.
It's not about
Exactly.
So we're gonna check out that perception in a minute, whether it's still out there. And we sent, of course, Vic Menza to North Carolina to find out just that. Let's roll the tape.
Peace, y'all. This is Vic Mensa. You know me from Chicago, but I'm here in Charlotte, in the swing state of North Carolina, to speak to black men about the issues that are important to us in this election. Let's go.
They trying hard.
Yeah, I think the ones like him do. I think the artsy ones do.
Like
the
that was a nice word. The artsy one. That was a nice smooth word. Like, come on, go ahead, play us a little more. He said the artsy one. He trying to load the floor on his dumb ass. Go ahead. Good one, Arya. Go ahead.
Do you think there are reasons that some black men have an aversion to supporting Kamala Harris?
A lot of misinformation. You have, the things that was done, track record in California. A lot of people have ran with that.
Harris has a track record of doing certain things to black men or just the black community as a whole, but so does Donald Trump. So once again, I'm up in the air.
What misinformation have you heard as it pertains to this current election and candidates?
When it comes to Kamala Harris, they say we're not going to vote for her. But one of the reasons they say they won't vote for her is because she threw thousands of black men in jail for, marijuana cases.
How we consume information now is more so in a bite-sized way. So a lot of times you get the sensationalization of what they put out there first, and people just hold on to that and don't necessarily do the research.
Like, if you just do the research, it's far from the truth. I mean, you have a phone, you can Google it.
Do you think there are unfair judgments that black men are uneducated with their votes?
You say uneducated? I'll say to a degree, yeah, man, to a degree. But I would say uninterested it would be.
Johnson. Now, Brother Johnson, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not as dumb as I think I am sometimes, but why was I so susceptible to it? Why did I believe something that caused such harm? But even now, some of the things they're saying, I'm sure I had a hand in. I mean,
paying your bills on time raises your credit score.
Oh my God.
Okay. Go ahead. All right.
No, I was going to ask, did they say in that tape how many, what's the truth? Like, how many black men did she actually lock up?
Yeah, of course they did. Because she definitely locked up thousands. San Francisco?
I would think so.
She was the district attorney in San Francisco. And not only did she lock up black men, but what she did was so evil. She locked up the parents of children that were truant. And she locked up the parents of these children that were truant to make money for the state. That's what she did. And that ain't even come up as an issue yet. You want to ask the commercial already? I'll play a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Like, that's what she did. She went in there and these people said, I lost my job because I was 3 days in jail. You understand? I lost my home. Like, she wrecked black people's families to make herself look good and tough and strong as a DA, and locked up tons of black men. Go ahead. And kept black men in prison because the state needed them to make money. They delayed she delayed letting them out. Go ahead, They release dates. Go ahead,
Salaki, General.
Go ahead,
If I could, and we are the only people who, like how he called the numbers. He said, well, yeah, she didn't lock up thousands of black men, as if to say, it wasn't thousands, it was a little bit of black men. So that's okay. Like, we the only race of people where you could violate us in a little bit and it'd be okay. Had this been Jewish people, 9/11 passed, where they blow up them towers, they didn't lock up no innocent, they lock up innocent Arabs and throw them in jail for nothing. They had them in that Guantanamo Bay with the war stuff, but they were safe to walk the streets of America. You get the point. The whole thing with the COVID come, where the Chinese people have the damn COVID, they give them protection. But we the only people who you could violate in a little bit, and it's like breaking a few eggs to make an omelet. Yeah. Like, one innocent black man is one too many. What the hell are we talking? And it's like the same thing with the abortion. Like, abort a little bit of babies. It's not like we aborting billions of black babies. Like, as long as it's us, they enjoy the luxury of just, you just breaking us and, whatever, and moving on. As if to say, well, it wasn't thousands of black men. I did a little research, and one or two might have slipped through the cracks. Like, that's acceptable. Crazy.
None of it is acceptable. Damn right. Anybody else want to jump in?
Yeah, if I could, sir.
Go ahead.
Okay, just even outside of her, just in general, if you're a district attorney, and then I think after that she was an attorney general, regardless of where you at or what you're doing, you're gonna have to lock up a lot of black men if you're in any major city or state. And if you blocking up at the at the numbers that they always do, some of them are gonna be unjust.
Yes.
Some of it is gonna be not the best legal work.
Yes.
Some of it is gonna be somebody that's innocent going to jail, or somebody going to jail longer than we think they should, regardless, depending on the situation.
Exactly.
And people vote for a DA or vote for an attorney general to lock people up. Like nobody's voting for attorney general saying, "I hope they let some people free."
Right,
I hope this DA. I hope you let all the black men free.
Right.
You vote for one saying this person is going to lock up everybody up.
Yes.
The streets is going to be safe now.
And you running.
Right.
If I could add to what you, I mean, cut you off, but are you going to run because you want everybody to know I'm going to be the one? For those of you that want niggas locked up, vote for me.
Right.
I'm going to lock them niggas up. That's what you run on. Right or wrong. So it's a joke. You know what I mean? And of course, but you get D.L. Hughley, a whore, who was willing for a check, willing to twist the truth and try to blame black men. Once again, it's such abuse to blame black men for anything. You understand? Who've been in your custody for 400 years in this captivity. What you saying is so right, Ox. Let's keep going.
Salaki General, if I may, sir.
Go ahead, Ox. Please jump in.
Salaki too. YAHUSHUA, sir.
What's going on, warrior?
Not much, sir.
No, go ahead,
General, as I'm watching this is a clear-cut PSYOPs propaganda piece from the Kamala Harris campaign. This is every brother in the entire audience. Like I'm scanning and looking. Every last one of them brothers are part of what they call the black bourgeoisie or the boule or the elite. These are not a representation of your everyday black men, like in the U.P.K. These are black men who have, for a long time, detached themselves from identifying as black, have detached themselves from the concerns, the true concerns of the black community. And so to even put them on here is another slight to black men. And once again, to eliminate the confusion, those are black men. And they chose those black men on purpose to to somebody that's unaware. You'll say, well, these are black men speaking for black men. Those aren't black men that speak for, they don't consider themselves black men until it's time to be black. These are men that if they could, they would separate themselves from the community. They would marry white women or Asian women. They would have nothing to do with black. They stuck in their skin. These are these type of brothers. And so the perspective that they're going to give is not the perspective of brothers every day that are struggling, that are beat down into powder on the streets, and that are viewed as unintelligent. That's why Barack Obama said, y'all going to leave it up to Pookie and Ray Ray to vote. But Barack Obama is talking to that group of men about us, the regular black men. Salakia, sir.
Right.
Listen,
Damn right.
Yeah, damn right. That was heavy. If I could, Asen, forgive me if I mispronounce your name. Asen Moritz said they doing anti-Trump protesting on the streets of Chicago tonight. Once again, you going down the wrong path. Now you want to fight somebody. You lost.
Yeah.
Face it. God has spoken. And killing our babies is not on the agenda. You understand? Let's go fix us. Like what we doing in here tonight, this is what should be going on in the black community all across the country. Not trying to go fight somebody now because you lost. You're inviting more brothers and sisters to get harmed and hurt for no reason. Are you going to be there when, the backlash comes for your stupidity because you too emotional to sensibly sit down and work out how we got to deal with our black community and what has happened to us. Right. You ain't sensible enough to do that. So now you got to go and have a little effeminate fit and go out now and run on the streets and smash a few windows and break up a few cars to try to express your anger over the vote, which is going to do absolutely nothing but encourage the entire Republican Party. You understand? And it's going to separate the win that you got in the Republican Party. Thank God black men got in there and actually voted for the Republicans, because maybe now, maybe you might get a crumb from your master's table, like Christ said. Right. You understand? Right. Maybe you might just get your crumb that you're supposed to get, but go out there and get your crumb wasted, dumb. Right.
That's right.
Not the route we supposed to go.
That's
you right. And listen, and if you mad, let me tell you something. If you mad and angry out there because Kamala Harris lost, you should feel like a dummy because you went and listened to stupid black women in the church. Right. You went and listened to loudmouth, dumbass black women in church, and you lost because you listened to the wrong people.
Right.
Now, don't be mad now. Let's make it right, man, among us. So, damn
right, sir.
Damn right. You got another one for me?
Lock it, gentlemen, if I could.
Who's calling?
Cap Cahan.
Bring him in. Audio only. Tell me when I'm good, when he's on. Go ahead, caller. Who's this? Modified Mafia. You can go ahead. I got you. Modified Mafia. You here? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's going on? You got a comment or a statement?
No, I just chimed in. Kazak invited me, and I was listening. But I do want to put my cards on the table. I think one of the people that Kazak was just kind of identifying on his description just now of who's black brothers and who's not. I think I might fit his description, just being honest.
Okay. Do you have a white woman?
Yes.
You have children with this white woman?
Stepchildren, but I got a son that's mixed race.
Okay, it's not from this woman though.
No.
I got you. So what is your take on Kamala Harris and Donald Trump?
I'm a Trump supporter. Kazak is always in my live on TikTok. He knows that. I think that's why he invited me. Harris, my main problem with her wasn't if she's qualified or not. It was more about the democratic system. And I know Kazak's stance.
What about the democratic system?
As far as the vote. And so I was just referencing that I know Kazak says, hey, voting has never supported black folks. Just stay out of it. But if you do subscribe to that system, like I do, that how they just installed her and she didn't get, the people didn't get the primary vote to pick their candidate, I think that's a problem. That's the biggest problem I had.
Wait a minute. The biggest problem you had is that the people didn't get to pick their candidate. She was just pushed in with Joe Biden.
Yes.
Okay. And then let me ask you a question. How big on your list is her undying campaign against abortion, which is predominantly done in Black and Latino neighborhoods to the tune of 350,000 babies a year? What's your take on her position in that?
So just talking platform to platform, like Republican to Democrat, I'm pro-life, I'm registered Republican, and I'll always vote pro-life.
Are you outraged at the fact that she would even push that type of agenda?
Yes. Well, whether it was her or anybody else, yes.
Do you think abortion is a danger to the black community?
Yes.
Well said, brother. Well said. All right. Well said. Thanks for calling. Anybody?
Yeah. You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks for calling, brother. All right. Let's get Marag. You got another tape for us, Marag? We got a few more minutes in the game. No. I want to stick to that Black Summit. If you got another clip for me, you got to play it from where we left off. You don't have another clip, another point. Yes, sir. Can you jump right to that point? Yes, sir. We there, but the commercial. Oh, okay. Go ahead. We'll play the commercial. Or whatever.
Powerful motivator. It either paralyzes us or propels us. That law enforcement against black men has been a long-standing fear from slavery forward. And so when you can tap into that vein and you can hear something that could have a kernel of truth, she was a state prosecutor. She was a local prosecutor. The kernel of truth of she are lining up with police officers who were not in our best interest, that's easy to accept as a reality. The concept of progressive prosecutors really came into being around 2015. And when more progressive prosecutors started getting elected across the country, we began to see more reforms locally. And she was a part of a lot of those conversations. California today is not California in 1992 when NWA was saying.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how.
Yeah, because I mean, I want to get to the meat of the witchcraft, how they talk about black men being, you know, pretty much brainwashed into this vote, if you can get it. They gave you minute markers at all? Yes, sir, they did. Yeah, just jump to each minute marker. We'll take a peek at it, and then we'll jump in. Anybody want to chime in the meantime? Please do. Go ahead.
General, when you dropped it so heavy, they said we brainwashed from where they got Ben Crump in there.
Right. Right.
Brainwashed brother out. No.
Come.
I've seen on TV.
I mean, they talked about us like a dog, really, in this, in a nice way. In a nice ass way. Wait a minute, let me see. Yeah, go back to him. Wait a minute. Yeah.
And Salaka, General.
They get you a minute marker for that?
Drop
that for us. Now, y'all, I want y'all to listen to this witchcraft you about to hear. You about to hear some serious witchcraft.
Asking your sexism with, you know, well, you know, she locked up a whole bunch of black men. Well, that's already been debunked. So what is it? Or she's not black. So what is it? What is it?
A little bit. Turn it up a little bit. Y'all got to hear this part. This is you are hearing textbook witchcraft. Sorry about that, y'all. Go ahead, play this one more time.
Want to vote for a woman. The founders of Project 2025 really don't want a woman as president. Right. And their women don't want a woman as president. That is not being held to the same standard. If, in fact, you are one of those individuals who believe that a woman should not be president, speak on it. So, like, if you're masking your sexism with, you know, well, you know, she locked up a whole bunch of black men. Well, that's already been debunked. So,
like, that's witchcraft. Like, when have you heard black men say, I don't want no black woman as president? Black men voted for a white woman to be president, Hillary Clinton.
Right.
So where in the hell did that come from? That's some bullshit. Excuse my friend. Right. And the only reason they bringing that up is because they decided that's our problem.
Right.
They decided our problem is we got a problem with a woman being in charge. And he talking about speak on it. Speak on it. Why? So they can attempt to try to brainwash us out of that when that ain't even the issue.
Right.
He's killing our babies.
Salak.
Go ahead, Ak. Who's that?
Cap Kahan, sir.
Go ahead, Cap.
Captain Yadazak made a good point. He said the crazy thing is that black men did go out and support sisters. And they support sisters all the time, and they still getting blazed on online like they ain't do nothing. You got some black men that did go, like, you look at them, but the way the feminists gonna put it, all the black men, it's because of the black men. You know what I'm saying? They gonna just try to throw all black men under the bus. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
And show you how you said the witchcraft, like you gonna let this, you know what I'm saying? You gonna just go with all black men. It's heavy.
Right. Like they gonna put once again, they're gonna put a charge on black men. And now you're gonna have to vote for every black woman that run for the doggy house supervisor's job, because otherwise you're just a misogynist and against black women and blah blah blah. And let me tell you something, the demon that's in the Christian church hates black men. You the enemy in the church. Homosexuals can prosper, lesbians can prosper, evil, loudmouth, rude ass black women can prosper, but black men have to be in full self-control and curtailed in those churches. Okay? Them broads running them churches. And that's why half the men that's over the church is homosexuals, because the women don't want a masculine man in the church to tell them what the hell they should be doing. That's right. That's what's going on.
That's right.
And if black men want you better get misogynistic if you want anything to happen in the black and Latino community. You better get very misogynistic. You better be ready to tell a woman to get in her place and out of the way of leading the nation. That's what God wanted. That's what man should want. Like, since they in the church claiming they about God, shut your damn mouth now. Get in order now. Do what you're supposed to do as a woman and get out of men's business, because you done made a mess of Black America. You done made these preachers rich to the tune of $5 billion so they can go shovel it to politicians, so they can push their homosexual agenda, so they can have a sodomite prancing through every damn church. And you sitting up there dumb and stupid as you could be while they convince you to kill your baby. You sitting up there not even understanding that it's all destroying us, starting with the Black men. Black men need to stand up and get misogynistic. You understand? Not that a woman, we don't want to put a woman in office. Shoot. And let me tell you something else that they messed up on too, which was so right. And we had to suffer. We, in the Israelite school of U.P.K, we suffered from 2008 because we told them, they were black. We said Barack Obama is not a black man, and it's not right according to God to put him in office. I mean, we damn near got stoned to death down there on 7th and H in Washington, D.C. We damn near got stoned because Black people was incensed and outraged that we would come out and say that. But we waited. We waited. We taught. We waited. We taught. And then when he did nothing, after he bailed out AIG, bailed out Wall Street, remember, he saved every car company. Remember, he gave the TARP program, made them car companies rich, gave them all the money they needed to bring themselves back, and did absolutely nothing for Black people. Then Black people began to look at it, and there we was, standing on the corner saying, we told you he was not for you and your people.
That's right.
He was not one of us. And Black people, Latino people, for their credit, they realized that this time around, and they did not fall for the okey-doke when they brought that East Indian in. They brought that East Indian in. The minute the air starts smelling like curry, they said, what's going on? This don't smell all the way Black and Latino. What's the
That's it. Like masala, not curry. We cook with curry.
No, some of y'all use the curry. You know what I mean?
Like masala, coconut oil.
You know what I'm saying? But the minute we started seeing that, we pulled back, and we did not trust her after that. That's and then, of course, all the lies came out. Go ahead, Salaki.
Salaki, General, if I could, like, so what if Black men don't want a woman in charge? Ain't that our choice?
That's right.
And they have a choice to murder babies. And some Black women have a choice on who they're going to let be the quote-unquote daddy. They're going to say the real father can't see the baby, and they're going to give the baby a new father or a new mother in the case of them lesbians. So what? Like, they make us feel guilty for freedoms everybody else enjoys.
That's right.
They give Chinese people a Chinese senator. They give East Indian people this. They give Ethiopian a this representative. Right down there in Chinatown, D.C., where we got the camp, they got full-out Chinese police officers to respond in that area. They give Jewish people Jewish cops. Why the hell we can't get a Black man to be in charge of us? You want to make us feel guilty for freedoms everybody has. This place got to go. This place got to go, so it's ridiculous at this point.
That's true. One more. You gonna say something? Go ahead, please.
I just want to highlight why I believe it's so disgusting what that cat says, because Black men in America, since around Black people in general, but definitely Black men, since the 60s have had almost absolute loyalty to the Democratic Party.
Damn.
And even in this election, around 75% of Black male voters voted for Kamala Harris in this election.
That's right.
That's kind of low.
That's right.
But it's crazy.
Low, but
it's crazy that 70% is low.
That's right.
Because all these years, we have had absolute loyalty to that party.
Damn, Mario. Damn.
Black men aren't sluggish. Black men aren't wary of Kamala Harris because she's a woman.
Right.
They're not worried of the Democratic Party for whatever foolish reasons people think. They're worried because we vote every year and we still poor.
That's right.
We vote every year and we still scared of racism in America.
That's right.
We vote every year and still worried about what the police going to do to us.
That's right.
Whether or not we can get a job, whether or not we can go to college, we're still worried about the same fundamental basic things that we've been worried about since Martin Luther King.
That's true.
And we vote for the same people every year.
Damn right.
We're skeptical of Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party because they do nothing for you, even though we have absolute loyalty to them.
Damn.
And it's disgusting to blame black men for not wanting to vote for Kamala Harris because she's a woman, as if they really care about that.
Exactly.
They care about results, and we don't get no results from the Democrats. And that's
right. Ooh, that's the sound.
Right.
That's it. Sound right there. Right. Hit me one more time, Marat. Oh, somebody else trying to jump in?
Yeah, just to add to the captain saying, sir, what he's saying is definitely on point. And as Kazak was saying also too, those men on stage don't represent what Aria is bringing out, Captain Aria is bringing out. You understand? These actors, they don't have a problem with money. Benjamin Crump don't have a problem with money.
Right.
He don't care. He don't care. Whoever gets in office, he gonna get a check. He does not care. So how the hell you expect him to come and speak on behalf of you?
Right.
If I may, sir.
I think we lost now, I thought.
Nah, he's still there.
Okay.
Not you.
Okay, you blanked out for a second now. Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
And if I may, sir, you know, like they brought out Beyonce, you know, that came from her $250 million house. You know what I'm saying? And they bought Obama from his you know, mansion in Martha's Vineyard. You know, to come out and tell us how we should vote. He's not a political scientist. He's not any of that. You know, he hasn't went to college or any of those types of things that could, you know, and then they bring out like Glorilla and Megan Thee Stallion and, you know, all the way down to Usher. You know what I mean? To come out here and tell us who we should vote for. Even Lizzo, they bought Lizzo out of her $15 million mansion to come down here and tell us who we should vote for. And it just shows you like how they think of black people and they think of black voters. They think we're children.
Yeah.
We're children that will vote the way that we see Glorilla vote.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And as long as she's shaking and doing what they think that we will like, then that's the way that we should, you know what I mean? They feel that that's the way that we should vote. And if we're not voting like that, the way that they want us to vote, then they'll bring you know, Obama out there to tell us, you know, that we're not doing what we're supposed to do.
Yes, right. You're right. Give it up. You're right.
I can say one last thing, sir.
I'm gonna let you in. Marat, can we stay on that same clip? Not go to nothing else. We'll just play it from that clip. Once we get in, who's up? Who's jumping in?
Captain Mashiach, sir. There's one last thing just on the celebrities that they was talking about. And it's so crafty, sir. If you look at the celebrities in the last 2 to 3 years, each of them has had some sort of claim on abortion, like Glorilla. She had a song where she said, you know, I'll just go kill the baby. Yeah. Or had a negative altercation with black men where they were the victors and black men were like the predators and had to be jailed like Megan Thee Stallion. If you look at all of them, like subconsciously, they're telling you, turn your back on the black men.
Right. Kind of, sir. Yes, sir.
Am I wrong, Mashiach? Are they subliminally saying black men are the enemy?
That's it. That's exactly what they're saying. Like that Megan Thee Stallion is a self-confessed liar. She says she lied to Gayle King about having sex with Tory Lanez. He in jail now, though. Right. He in jail now for firing a shot that there's no proof that the bullet hit her. But that's a topic for another discussion. But it's damn near like the whole agenda was just to go with this feminine flow. And if you go against it, you're gonna be ostracized. Like we supposed to question, did she lock up black men? But when they say we sexist for saying no, she can't be, then it's all truth. Nobody actually comes to black men and say, well, is this true? And does it? But we have to take their truth. It's the whole thing was just witchcraft.
Mm-hmm. And Fakad Aban Rabban Reuben said, like children cleaning their room because Mickey Mouse said so. Woo, that's the truth. Give it up for that. That's it, right? It's a lot,
I ain't mean to interrupt because everybody's dropping so heavy, but it's like, why? Like this forum is like it's homosexual too.
Yeah,
it's like a very soft.
They ain't put one decent football player on there.
The vibe is very
it's very soft,
man. Very artsy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's so that
Ariana's becoming a lawyer. He know how to use certain words. Then hit, but don't offend. It's artsy. Go ahead.
Yes, so that we don't, we we could get our feelings out and
Yes.
not offend anybody with what we want to bring out. And it's just so soft and feminine. It's just like soften this up to just have a woman just leading you. Just a woman should just be the strategy of war. Just come up with how we should go in. And deal with the enemy.
When our culture is masculine, our language is masculine. You know what I mean? Everything we do is masculine and feminine in their orders, man. You know what I'm saying? Not all this other nonsense. Who was up? Somebody was up.
Salaki, sir, I just have a quick question to ask her. You're correct, man. You know what I mean? If I'm wrong. But almost like you're saying all of that, right? And I'm thinking they try to bring the spirit of the Christian church to win the White House.
Yeah.
Because in the Christian church, they try to portray women as, as they, angelic, immaculate.
Yeah.
Like they're the ones that leading in the church. And and all the money coming in there, black men in there, and they're following these black women. So now why not? Let's try that to see if that will get us in the White House. I don't know. I could be wrong.
You're right. Like they done marry the sodomite with the black woman in the church. Both of them are vain as hell, proud and puffed up as hell, but they work together because the black woman lets the sodomite feel like he could eventually be a woman, and the sodomite lets the black woman feel like she can be over a man. She's got what it takes to be over a man. So they work hand in hand together in the same demonic spirit to push any agenda that they come together with. It's only when black men come in and say, nah, we ain't going for that, that the agenda gets disrupted. The sodomite becomes uncomfortable because he knows he's not doing what he should be doing. The woman becomes uncomfortable because as soon as a man steps in the room, she could feel his authority pushing up against her. And she does not like that authority, even though in her subconscious, the Lord built her to be attractive to that. And it's so evil. It's like these women repel the spirit that the Lord made them attracted to.
That's
which
right.
makes them a cold-hearted, loud-mouthed, stressed out monster when it comes to issues pertaining to us. And that's what makes her into a different kind of human being. And then you got a Christian monster now you're dealing with. And of course, a homosexual is trying his best to be a woman. And the representation of a woman in this society is the rudest, nastiest, evilest bitch like they have in church. So then he becomes that and tries to use that feminine energy to empower himself, prancing down the street, saying smart ass shit to people that talk to him. That's a demon on him. But the masculine spirit brings calm and order to the whole nation. And that's what the Lord is raising up, which is why black men can front all you want. You can act all you want. You gonna raise this nation up. You ain't got a choice. You got to join into the body and fix the nation, or we'll just keep going downhill. The Lord is waiting. He's sitting up there watching. And we'll just keep going down into the grave until we decide we can't do this no more. We got to change directions. You must be a man, because that's who God is dealing with. He said the head of the woman is the man. The head of man is God. He's not dealing with no homosexual. The Lord can pray for 100,000 angels every night. The Lord didn't give him the 100,000 angels and ran that East Indian out of office. They said,
go ahead. He gave Donald Trump 100,000 extra votes.
He sure and damn near every what they call it, battleground, he won 100 to 200,000 more in every battleground state. Beat the brakes off of. You want to hear something that I just heard today? Somebody brought this out today. They said that the Amish came out and voted in Pennsylvania. 100,000 Amish came out, took Donald Trump. Blew her out the water because the Amish, the milking the cow Amish with the horse and buggy said, bitch, we don't want you at all. The horse and buggy motherfuckers came out. And okay. And I just tell you right there, you know what I'm saying? The
know it was an election.
Yes. They ain't got no, ain't no TV. They must have read it in the paper, like. Yes. Somebody must have said, "Oh, there's an election going on today." Me up some biscuits. I'm taking the horse down to the election. 100,000 of them came out and shut and blew, and that's how he won the state. That's how he beat it in the state, because he only won by like I want to say 200,000, something like that. The Amish gave him the 100,000 over the top. That was it. Then he got the 28% of the blacks, which popped him right up. Latinos knocked her right on out. Once again, I'm not here to promote Donald Trump or congratulate his stupidity whatsoever. My issue is way bigger than this election. My issue is us.
Right.
Our people, our nation, our troubles, our problems, and those that use and abuse and handle us in such a vile, disgusting way with no repercussions, man. You understand? That send us backwards 10 times. You understand? The richest country in the world. You understand? With land everywhere. We got land in 3 time zones in this country. And then you sit up there and tell us it's not enough food, there's not enough money to be made, there's not enough land, when the whole damn Midwest is unoccupied. Go to the Appalachian Mountains, it's unoccupied pretty much.
Son of a gun.
You understand? This land is not even really occupied that much.
Yes, sir.
You understand? You can go 20 minutes outside of any major city and you in the damn woods damn there. That's a damn lie. You can grow food, build houses, grow trees. There's plenty of money here. They've been cutting trees down since the goddamn Pilgrims got here. They ain't cutting no trees down. You ain't see Georgia Pacific paper. You ever hear about them saying we might be going out of business because we done cut down all the trees? Hell no. They logging going on like it's yesterday. Like it ain't never stopped. There's plenty here. This land here got plenty. But they give us the illusion that it's not here so that we can be convinced to be dumb enough to murder our babies in the abortion clinics and dumb enough to think that we have to somehow help our sons to become homosexuals, for everybody to be happy and peaceful and be respected and loved. Get the hell out of here, man. They destroyed black men. Now they want to destroy their sons and they want to kill their babies. And anybody that can't see that, you dumb and stupid as hell.
That's right.
I yield a lot.
Gentlemen. Right, this is real quick, if I may.
Go ahead, Osh, please.
Yeah, I was just watching a video earlier where they was mentioning that it just go based off of what you said about plenty of land. Well, Elon Musk, right?
Yeah.
He just went outside of Texas and he bought about 1,000 acres of land, okay, for his SpaceX and what used to be Twitter, so he can set it up there. So can you imagine? It's right outside of Austin. He has the ability to buy all this land, and then America says it has no money. Yet it's still in this empire, so many homeless people. How you gonna boast that this is the greatest empire, all this land, and you at the same time have no homes for homeless people, let alone and that should make Black and Latinos more aware that if for their own kind they don't have homes, what makes us think that these people give two fucks about us and about our condition and about our well-being, after all this time. You understand? After all this time, we still in the same condition. After all this time, we still trying to, I hate to use the term, but we're trying to squirm our way to find something that these people can give us when in actuality we'll never get it. You know what I'm saying? We'll never get that, and it's so important that if our brothers would start to now listen to sound counseling from Command General YAHANNA, the Israelite School University of Practical Knowledge, one thing for sure, because I'm living proof, and all of us here are living proof. One thing for sure is that we can raise up out of this in the right spirit and in the right, in the right direction. And I yield, sir.
Damn right. Through the grace and mercy of the Most High. Damn right. So We got 11:42 on a weeknight, y'all. What y'all want to do? And just play this last clip. And you was gonna say something?
No, that's what I was gonna say. But I did want to hear the clip.
Let's play a little more of the clip, y'all. Let y'all chime in on this last clip, and then I got to let y'all go, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to get fired tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
What is it? Well, she's not black. So what is it? What is it that's really, just speak on it.
Now, Ben, we can't have a convo about sexism or any other kind of ism without talking about the way some black men see the LGBTQ plus community. They see it as getting more attention than some of the concerns of black men. And that is something you hear constantly. So, Ben, what do you think? I mean, it's not like I'm,
well,
speaking out of school.
Everything has to be taken in context. When you think about civil rights, we must remember that if they can discriminate against them, then it makes it easier to discriminate against us.
We got black queer folks in our community, in our families. And so whenever I live in Tennessee, we have passed more laws against LGBTQIA plus folks than anybody else in the union. And I continue to remind folks, if you open the door of oppression,
they about to give us the reason why we got to carry the burden of making sure that homosexuals have a free ride and not be discriminated in the United States of America. Like, that's our problem now. Like, that's our burden. Like, the white man is the devil, the Bible speaks. And these hoe-ass niggas is a big-ass problem in the black community. Come on, give me a little bit more, Murad, please. No, stay where you was, if you don't mind.
a little bit for somebody you think is different or other or an enemy of yours, the person you opening it with will open it a little bit wider to push you in. And when we think about our community and black folk, we all in this together.
Right. Yeah. Right. You know what's interesting.
Which, in other words, that means that black people can't discriminate against anything. You got to accept every single solitary, vile, disgusting, anti-God thing that they say you supposed to, that they believe you supposed to be down with. So about they're gonna push it open a little more to push you in. They already pushed us in. We already fighting it. Now we got to make sure that the door is closed for them and not us. Y'all go ahead. This is the last chime in. Y'all go ahead, please.
Salaki, Jennifer. Oh, Salaki, Cap.
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead, Salaki.
Cut him on Khan. Now, I just wanted to say, like, they always try to change the narrative. Like, okay, like, and that show you there's a racial caste system in America. Like, we bottom feeders. We got to let everybody, like the scriptures say.
Yeah.
They say to our soul, bow down that we may go over.
Yeah.
And he's talking about a door, but we are like a welcome mat.
Yeah.
To these other nations and to these other fabricated minority groups. And then for to sit there and say, it's the same thing when they say about that your ancestors died for you to vote. That's not true. Our ancestors were murdered because they were black.
Exactly.
It had nothing to do with vote. They were murdered just by being black. Black walking down the street, black smiling too much. They were just murdered for just being black.
So true.
So they try to give this narrative that we got to accept. If we allow them to be oppressed, then we're gonna be oppressed. That don't happen in any other nation.
No.
The reason other nations are not oppressed because they're respected and they're feared. That's why they're not oppressed. You know what I'm saying? You don't never see any other nation making that argument where we got to accept everything so we don't get oppressed. That is talking from a position of being weak.
Yeah. That's it.
That's where that's coming from. But to say that we got to accept this, that means we got to accept whatever fabricated minority group. If they say tomorrow you will be a cyborg with the new robots, we're going to turn you into a cyborg. That's a new class. You got to accept that too. Why? Because they don't want to be oppressed. Meanwhile, you just go further and further and further down the ladder. And guess what? Now some other subclass gets to tell you or speak for you on your rights.
Exactly.
Like I yield.
That's exactly what the scripture said when the Lord said, the nation that is among thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. What you're saying. And here's the thing that burns me up. I don't turn on the TV and see Italian shows pushing sodomy on Italians. I don't see Arab shows pushing sodomy on Arabs. I don't see East Indians, Africans. I don't see none of that. Nobody else is this pushed on except to us. Like, boy, oh boy, we are a victim on so many levels. I yield.
Sir. Yes, sir. And you see, as you're playing that clip, all I can think is that these brothers right here are just with the careful talk. You know, the careful talk, so that way they don't offend nobody. But meanwhile, the whole world is offending black people and offending Latino and offending indigenous people every day, every single second. Like we want to be careful on what we say. We want to be careful on what we do. And the white man and everybody else don't give two damns about us. You know what I'm saying? For all they care, we should be, eliminated off the face of the earth because we're a problem to them. And this truth right here, like Christ said, he said it very clear. Think not that I come to bring peace. I come not to bring peace, but a sword. And that was a powerful statement that our King said to make us aware this is a battle that we have to battle for the sake of the nation, for the sake of a manhood, for the sake of a leadership, because otherwise we're just a dying breed. And in the face of America, that's all we ever going to be. I now yield, sir.
Most Iron Christ.
That's right. And like you said, if I could just add to what these brothers are saying also too, it's almost like the whole civil rights movement. The civil rights movement was for black people to be getting equal pay until Martin Luther King came in and switched the whole gameplay around, switch it around. And it's almost like today is like the black man, the real issues that is, that is hampering black people in this place is not being spoken about. Like you saying on here talking about black issues, and somehow you venture off into homosexuality.
That's right.
Like, what's the real agenda? Is this agenda about black men or homosexual?
Right, because we sure ain't sitting around thinking about that.
No. We're thinking about, as Captain Ara saying, we're thinking about how we're going to get food to feed with family.
Right.
That's what we're thinking about. We're not thinking about a homosexual.
Right.
We're not thinking about whether he have rights or not. I'm poor. How am I going to get food?
Right.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. You, sir.
Right. Please.
No, similar to what everybody was saying is that, okay, every ethnic group, at least traditionally, does not accept homosexuality.
Boom.
The Arabs, East Indians, even many, European, like you said, Italians or whatnot, don't accept it.
Right.
East Indians, pretty much all of them across the board.
Ain't nobody saying, yeah, we love our homo brothers.
Right. Black people are not only expected to be tolerant to homosexuality, which is one thing. They're not only expected to be tolerant, but they're expected to be the vanguards and to promote it and push it and make sure it's safe, make sure it's secure.
Right.
Like, okay, yeah, you're gonna say you don't want to harm the homosexuals as a black man, fine. But not only do I have to not harm you, I gotta promote you and make sure you're right. Like, I gotta make sure I gotta go out my way as a black man that's not gay.
Yes.
Right. And make sure that your rights are protected. When they have little to nothing to do with me.
Since when did you have a security badge on your chest?
Right.
For LGBTQ.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Every like you said, every little quirky, little freaky thing.
Yeah.
Black people have to support.
Yeah.
Just because we black, because somehow it equates to somehow everyone's struggling is ours.
Yeah.
But nobody else deals with that. Chinese people have their own struggle.
Yeah.
And that's their struggle, and that's it. And Arabs, they get discriminated against in certain instances, and that's what they got to deal with. They don't got to pick up the discrimination for everybody and everything.
Yes. They ain't walking around among the Arabs saying, when you wrap your meat tree, make sure that you remember black people was oppressed.
Right.
Now, you know what I mean? They ain't, Arab, they ain't telling Arabs y'all got to braid your hair because black people was oppressed.
Right.
They ain't, you know what I'm saying? You're right. It's a joke.
No, that's right. Like you said.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say quick. Protect the homosexual, kill the babies.
Right.
Oh, dang.
That's a cut.
That's horrible.
Dang.
That's a cut.
Yeah.
Either way we lose. Either way we lose.
It's just so heavy, man. Like what Captain Ariel was saying, all the captains brought out, brothers brought out. Man, when you really look at it, man, like this whole thing, like how they try to make us a footstool with them. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like you saying, like our struggle is authentic. Like what we've been through, everybody else struggle is not us. We're not trying to play the the oppression Olympics, but when it comes to oppression, we number one.
Right.
Nobody else story. So they need us to legitimize. They need us to legitimize the Palestinian oppression.
Right.
They need us to legitimize whatever right or whatever group that the status quo push. We need y'all to co-sign this because y'all are the poster child for oppression. And that's what legitimate. We got to stop giving our soul and our love to these people, because that's what gives them, once again, like the scriptures say, bow down that we may go over. They say to our soul, if we stop bowing down, it stops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a wall. It's like a border wall. And for those people out there, for the Christian church, God is angry with you, because God is a jealous God. You sit up here and when it comes to your relationship, you say, well, I need healthy boundaries. God can't have no boundaries.
Right.
How if you say you got a personal relationship with God, but God can't have boundaries? What kind of relationship is that?
Right.
You can't have nothing that you can't do. How much freedom do you want God to give you? If you want to talk about a conversation, but they don't want to have that conversation, because that right there is going to go into their soul and they're going to be revealed.
That's right.
So like I yield.
That was nuclear.
Yeah, right.
That was nuclear right there. Like, that's so heavy. That was nuclear. Everybody we just a perpetual rape victim. Right. They need anybody else. They need anybody else to be promoted. Hey, y'all is poster child. Come on, let us step all over you. Y'all get behind this. Get behind that. How the hell could we ever get behind helping ourselves when we got to get behind helping like you brought out, every little deviant idea that they come up with? We got to be okay with it, and the poster child for it, and the defender of it. When the hell we gonna get to helping ourselves and nobody else? And it was heavy how you added in there, Kahan, how on top of that, can God have any boundary? Can God say, hey, I'm gonna help you, but I need you to do A, B, and C? He can't even have no boundaries. He got to accept everything also. Like, once again, this is an abomination that has happened to us here. But we slowly turning this ball, and finally we're gonna actually do something. We're gonna do more in waking up than we would ever do at a voting booth.
That's right.
We're gonna do more for ourselves than we could ever do at a voting booth. You understand?
That's right.
John. You know what I mean? And listen, and 90% of what we need to do to help us has nothing to do with the laws of America. It's not even illegal. It is not even illegal in America.
That's right.
Brainwash, we doing everything that's backwards than what we need to do to help ourselves.
Yes,
It's insane.
That's right. That's right.
That's it.
That's right.
I want to tell everybody out there, pay your tithes, man.
That's right.
Send me 10% of all your earnings. Go to ISUPK.com. Hit the tithes and donation button. Send me some money. I got tons of sons I got to take care of out here in these streets in the work of the Lord. I got rents to pay. I got all kind of bills. I got salaries to pay. You know what I mean? I got to get my little crack or whatever. No, I'm joking, of course. You understand? I had to shake you up and get your head together on it. Pay your tithes. Ain't nobody smoking no crack up in here. Pay your tithes. Support this truth. Take what we do serious. All of this costs money, man. All
That's right.
Costs money to travel. We got to go to Boston coming up. The brothers just got back from Texas, from Austin, Texas. We get ready to go up to Boston. Captain Kapash is heading out to Puerto Rico with Captain Ashaparian.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Puerto Rico. You understand? Them brothers, you know, they got to renovate. They got to fix up the new school. All of that costs money. So send me the cheddar. I need some money, not for myself. I need for the work of the Most High. So send me some money. Support this truth, man. Make sure you work to build the body, man. Get up in here, get in these classes, Get all the way up in this body because getting ready to get crazy in about 2 seconds, man. And join us here. We'll be back here Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Captain Mashiach Mayan. I might try and join in because I think I ain't had enough of this voting thing yet. 2 days ain't gonna subside. I'll probably be busting up on his podcast on Saturday to talk with them more about this. And then, of course, we come back Monday live with the big boy heavy hitters, Muhammad YAHUAH, up in the building with us over here on the East Coast, man. Support us in this, man. Hey, I'll see y'all next time live on the U.P.K, fam. Big shout out to Marah in the building with us. Captain Ariel, Captain Iowa, Willie Delaware, and the whole team up in the building, man. See y'all next time live on the U.P.K, fam. Shalom.
Shalom, Joe.
Shalom.
You work with each other. And Captain YAHUAH is an amazing leader. And if you brothers and sisters ever wanted to understand why so many people outside of the U.P.K, outside of Commanding General YAHANNA's authority, cannot do what is done down here, it's because they have poor leaders. Most of them wouldn't even understand what a leader is. YAHUAH does. He knows it because Captain Kahan taught him, and Captain Kahan is an amazing leader. An amazing leader. Why? Because a real leader cares for the people he serves. So many people believe that a leader is someone you serve. It's someone that you care for. It's someone that you feed and clothe and help. But an actual leader is someone that serves you. Captain YAHUAH serves you. Captain Kahan serves you. Everyone understand? And listen, they produced a man who said, I ain't good enough to be a prophet. I just want to come in and help the prophets. That is the shit. You understand? And that's under YAHUAH. You understand? The beautiful. Damn right, brother. Commanding General YAHANNA is so impressed and so proud of you. So proud of Captain. I was talking to Captain YAHUAH about that band that came out here today. And he told me that he knew those people in that band for years. Like when they were children. And to this day, they're still here with him. And so many of you knew him when he was in the world. And those people are here today and came out here today. Why? Because the people that know YAHUAH know that he loves them. They know he cares about them. That's a man you should follow. That's a man you should follow. Everyone understands that. It's an amazing thing. And on behalf of Commanding General YAHANNA, he is absolutely impressed. And I have absolutely made my reports to him concerning the acts of bravery and kindness that I have witnessed down here. Does everyone understand? I want to thank Captain YAHUAH, Captain Kahan. Thank the brothers out in Dallas, Captain YASHUA, the brothers over there all over the state of Texas, all down south. This is the down south cookout, right? So we got Nashville. Who's the camp leader over Nashville? Officer in the SHALAM. All of the camp leaders all throughout the South, down there in Florida, all of the camp leaders in the South, you've done an amazing thing. I think about the men that taught Commanding General YAHANNA. That sent men out of Harlem, New York, sent them down to Baltimore, to Philadelphia, sent them out to California. And I think about what they must see right now today. Most of them dead already. And Commanding General YAHANNA took what happened in a little room in Harlem, New York, 1 West 125th Street. He took that thing and he spread it all over the country, and he spread it into your homes, into the minds of your children. He spread it into your marriages. He spread it into your brotherhood and your relationships. And it has grown. And it is glorious in my sight. I pray you understand. With that, men of Israel, I march in Shabbat. Barak! Who's the power? Who's the power? Who do we fear? The Father we fear. The Father we fear. YAHUSHUA. Who is your king? YAHUSHUA. Who is your king? YAHUSHUA. What's your name? Israel. 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 Dismissed.